party were escorting as security a bunch of stuffs unseen down to Broadaxe through from Stonebreak. 2 separate carts, and made it most of the way there, were accosted. One of the carts was destroyed and robbed, and you managed to jerry-rig up 2 horses to the one cart and continue on your way. If you need recaps, just go back and check the other episodes. They'll be somewhere. And keep your eyes peeled for more shorts, clips. They'll be coming soon. We're just working on a lot of things. Hopefully the sounds okay. Just be aware that the mics aren't set up. How they're going to be set up permanently. So hopefully soon. Be on the roof. Until then, let's pick up. So, the lot of you sort of crammed on a cart. Some of you having to take turns walking so you don't fall off the cart as it's moving. You continue on through to Broadaxe. And a night has fallen. It's somewhere around 3 in the morning. So a little bit slower going to get to your destination. And as you enter sort of the expanse of Broadaxe, it's, from what you can see, cut into the forest of Broadaxe. Like it's cleared, so it's a big clearing. Many kilometers across. You can't overly see the other side in the nighttime. And it's surrounded by massive trees. So on the edge of the forest, it sits in the middle of this forest, seemingly. They tend to farm. You haven't seen just yet, but as you come into town, you see all sorts of fields, some ploughed, some vineyards, some livestock sleeping. And it seems like there is activity in the center of. You see a big wooden structure rising up. It's about 2-story. They do everything 1-storied. And as you travel through the streets, double roads, fairly well worn, sees a lot of traffic. There are hedges and, just sort of fences dividing up the segments, the plots in Broadaxe. And off to the left and off to the right, you see wider clearings past the tree. Curves out. To give you an idea, it's somewhat shaped like a Broadaxe. So up through the center is where the main thoroughfare is. And then on the 2 sides of the axe itself, there are just farming plots, basically. And there are domiciles for each plot. So as you trot into town, your cart, making a little bit of a ruckus in the nighttime, owls hooting off in the distance, the occasional wolf howl. On very occasion, you can hear humanoid voices coming. And you come towards what looks like the central thoroughfare. So you pass a bunch of buildings that looks like this is where you'd be staying because you don't see anything else. But past that, you see a rather large figure sort of standing at the crossroads. Night vision would see quite a large figure. Possibly 6'2", built, but more than built, overbuilt. So quite an obese, portly looking. Sort of standing in the crossroads, hand up on what looks like a scythe, a large sickle, maybe head height, so quite a large implement. And you can see his eyes are looking your way as the horses sort of pull up. I don't have any of my names open. Hold up. Who did I have? I had Boric. So Boric on the front cart sort of. Alright. And the figure sort of seems to like jolt a little bit. G'day. What? There's a lot of you on there. Yeah. What do you got? It's a late one. Who's in charge of this little? Who's got it?
Lynn and Warwick know where we were mistaken.
You could ask them. We could say you. Oh, right?
Yeah. Warwick. where in Broadaxe, like, is there a warehouse or something? Taking the tools and so on too?
Hi, this is my first delivery, but from what I heard, you take it to the central, they call it a baggie? A bag deposit? Something like that. But I've never been there. Glenn, have you? Yes, it's a central sort of thing, that large one. Yes, and then the big figure is sort of. So, who's in charge? Who am I speaking to?
I guess who was run?
Glenn.
Glenn's like, I don't think I'm talking. Yes, hello. We are delivering behalf Austrian. Sorry, late hour. Yeah. Nah, it's always late here. Around the clock, you know how it is. And, yeah, pretty busy. But, what's the rest of them? Why are there so many? That cart looks, you know, ready to burst.
Why do you?
Yeah, why?
Because our other one was ransacked and destroyed by some of the savages in Glendolfa.
Oh, well, come to the right place, because that's always the case. They're always on our heels. So I'm awake. I love it. And he sort of reaches into a pouch at his side. He pulls something out and starts munching. And it looks like a pie, some sort. And he's just chewing down this pie. It takes him about 2 bites. He's
a lot of energy.
Yeah, big fella. So looking at him, morbidly obese, but he doesn't look unfit. He looks like he uses potentially, yeah, big lad, and he sort of unashamedly just mashes this pie into his mouth. Sorry, it's a late one. Yeah, so what are you doing here? You're pretty boy.
I always think so.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Delivering farming supplies and
Oh, that'll be pretty useful, I reckon. Alright, well, no time for chit chat then, apparently. Well, I was a little bored, but that's fine, we'll probably get raided.
well, that's more exciting.
It would be, but I don't want to do it because I'm sick of them. Enough, that's enough. I'm ready for bed, but no, that's fine. Yeah, oi, Vin! And he calls out over his shoulder. Someone sort of further up the road comes sauntering down, a half-elven looking fellow. Hair tied up in a ponytail, dark eyes, and he sort of, yeah, what's up? And the big fella, Vin, can you take this lot to the baggie, and then what? I assume you lot are staying the night, or are you heading straight back?
No, we'll be staying.
Yeah.
You're staying? Alright, Vinny, take him to the baggie, and then take him the Drinko. Might want to go past Timbo's and drop off the tools. They said that. So, that.
Is that right? Is that...
Yeah.
Yep. Some like seed and grain and stuff. Planting new harvest, but yeah, mainly tools.
Yeah, we do.
What is your name, Big?
Me, I'm Aggs. You can go Aggam, E-double-G-A-M. But just call me Aggs, mate. There's no time messing around with full names. I'm far too tired for that. And he reaches into another pouch and pulls out something small and puts it in his mouth. Sort of chews on it for a second and swallows. Alright, actually, Vin, I reckon you, maybe you do the perimeter walk. Can't be bothered. I'll take him in the bag, it's not so... And, Vin sort of... Ags is like, hey, I heard that. What'd you say, you little weasel? Get out there! And Vin's sort of like, And you hear him muttering as he walks off. And so he sort of turns and gestures. Oh yeah, head up to the large domicile up there. Off your goods at the baggie, and then I'll direct you back to the Drinko. Actually, did you want to go to... What do you got? You got tools? Just tools.
Brain.
Okay.
Blending.
Alright.
So,
Well, that stuff will go alright in... that'll go in the baggie. And we can take the tools to Timbo's tools. And you can have a little nap. See if you can sleep through the night. I certainly can't.
sounds like you pull.
Alright. Well, yeah, head on up. And so he points you up the road. There are braziers sort of lit around the outside of this building. There is a fair presence of guard, like people watching, people alert on for the night sort of shift. And they're standing around some, like, they're at ease is fairly alert. So they seem to be on the money. Based on what you've heard from Aggam so far, may be warranted. But the guards are sort of, pull the cart in, get all the bags of seed and grain and stuff, and take them inside. You're actually not permitted inside, so you sort of drop it off, and you push it away.
I'll ask. Is there anyone we need to collect a payment from or anything, or is that kind of all sorted?
So he sort of sucks at his large tusks. He's got two big tusks on the bottom lip. Payment? No, we don't deal with that. So you and your employer, they'll deal. We're not involved with the money. We just do the growing and the reaping and the, and he swings his big scythe and just, see? And you see something glint from the top of his weapon, like something a little extra. So it's not just a plain scythe. And he sort of, when he does swing it, he's got a bit of force behind it, like not a big softy. By what you can see with your passive perceptions, you can see that he may work the fields, like he's fairly built, but he also beats a lot. And so he sort of, you're going to the drink hour. You're gonna try and sleep, are you?
Yes.
A long night.
3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you, That's alright. Alright, follow me. And he sort of trots off at a fairly fast pace. The horses slow trot their way over. And you pull up. So there's two rows, sorry. About 3 houses on each side. Not houses, buildings. And it looks like this is where potentially you'll be staying for the night. He goes and raps on one of the doors loudly. Oi, Timbo! Come on, we got some tools, boyo! Get out of here! And a fella sort of comes to the door in a few seconds, like, right, what do you got? And exchange the tools, hand them off to him. If you need any tools, where I am. Tools. Have a good night. I'm going back to bed. Try and sleep. It'll be great. I can do it. And Ags is like, yeah, alright.
Like a common thing.
And he points back behind you. And that's the it's a Drinko. Be able to get a bed. But gotta keep going. We gotta be alert. Just bear in mind, we tell everyone that stays here, can't sleep. Good reason. But if you get woken by some sort of ethereal voice, don't be alarmed. A defense sort of system. We get attacked at all hours. So, here's what you do. If you get woken up, go to the nearest farmstead you can. Lend your brain, please, and thank you. And he begins to walk off.
Wait, lend our brain?
Yep, have fun.
What do you mean lend brain?
He's walking off into the dark.
Call him that.
You heard, not hard, just go to the farmstead, they'll show you what to do.
Like, let's not ask questions we don't want.
Good
to.
goal.
It will reveal itself in time.
Yeah,
Let's get
Boy,
arrested as soon as we can.
Boy.
And so you sort of pull up the cart. Someone comes out and helps you tuck it around the side, puts up the horse stable. Fairly youthful fellas, human, not elven. From what you could see, Aggam was an orc, or half-orc. And you get sort of into the main area of the Drinko, and what do you like to do?
They're an innkeep.
So as you step in, open sort of chamber, some stools and tables arrayed around the place. There's a low fireplace burning, sort of banked the embers at the moment, and there's a fellow sitting at the bar, sort of arms crossed. Yes. And you see a slender elven fellow. Yes.
Evening, innkeep. Morning, innkeep. We'd like 4 beds. Yes, please.
We can do that. Would you pay now or in the...
How much are we talking?
That's not part of. Is that covered food?
No, we didn't. It's flying
You're going off your own supplies.
Yeah,
Oh, that is-
like we have a little bit of cash.
Yeah, you have an advance of 10 gold.
Yeah, so we've got a little bit. But yeah, how much for that? Because just they don't have to be 4 separate rooms. 4 beds.
Yes. Beds in one room.
If you've
Sure,
got it.
yeah,
That will save on cost. Gold you can have.
Ask Gilfrey. Like, oh, sorry, Glenn. Gil and Glenn, like, this what you pay for the cost of the operation? Not like you want to be sleeping here. This is part of job. Surely employer covers.
Gil answers. I mean, I've done this a few. It's, you don't negotiate. Don't get a good deal. They'll try and pull one over on you. You're new.
Yes, all.
We're first timers.
Yeah.
They paid for my room. Should have
Oh,
asked.
we have a big chat when we get back.
Oh, that's how you learn. Only let it happen once.
Right, well, yeah, we'll pay in the morning. Yeah, it's one gold.
We'll pay in the morning with.
Yeah,
Do you have coffee?
You've been given of.
No, not yet. We are still on our staple of coffee, which is part of what everyone.
Correct. Make a deception check just to you're bluffing. You can use whatever role you would like here, but just trying to act like you know what you're talking about.
Anything you say?
Yeah.
Religion?
As
Within reason.
one of the charisma.
I don't know.
Something
It's
charisma.
gonna be 3.
Very unbelievably. Yes. And he
Yes.
yeah. Okay, if you have here, and he hands out a small mushroom. It's a
Time of raid.
you are needed, do not pay. And lend your services as did all. Aye.
Can I ask for some clarification on that? The big man outside, Ags, said we would be lending our brain. Maybe elaborate that.
Our loophole
Yeah.
is.
So I'd like you to roll a persuasion check.
18.
Okay. So you being fairly sprightly and bubbly, he's sort of so much bigger. All right, I guess. Right. So, 3 moons ago, blah blah blah. There's a fight going on here. Didn't know. the needless.
Fortunately, had a run in.
I don't have to explain that part. So, we had help from Isha. A young man named Tonic Goldtwine gave us the means to defend ourselves in a heroic and wonderful way. So, you use your... Do you have any brain? Big man, probably. And properties and the lifeblood. Any other question? Nap.
Why can't all these?
Love the answer.
I head for the room.
Yeah, I would assume they get raided.
Or they're
Or
like
there's
an
a-
Indian burial ground.
But I was going to say, yeah, I mean, even if you're woken up by the raid, fully can sleep before and after the raid.
You can try.
I'd say the day also has to go on.
And
So
so
like mystery, hopefully mystery that is worth many dollars.
history we can work out in the morning.
Yeah, I'm quite tired myself.
But the morning mystery.
Okay. Well, have yourself a wonderful rest. I'll be right here. Need anything? The tape. Good night. Flying's back. And he looks like he's trying to sleep as soon as he can, but you can tell he's fidgeting and sort of like can't get comfortable. So you head up to, gives you a key and up to a room. Fairly shabby door. It seems to have seen a lot of wear and tear. Right. And the door rattles a little bit in the jam. Doesn't quite close as well as you would like, but it does have a lock. Doesn't open on a push, so settle in. It's fairly meager, just a travel sort of stop. Think like a low-rated mode. And as you wish.
What?
Yeah, you pull it inside. It's a bit dark.
No. Can I look out and see, is dawn approaching? Would that mean it's...
I'd say you could make a survival check and try and estimate the time based on where the moons are.
3.
I thought you tried to fix this dice curse. You look out and it's treetops and it's a bit cloudy.
There's a little awning overhang, you're like,
The sky's so dark here.
I'll take a look outside the window.
Alright, so yeah, it would definitely be approaching maybe 4, but you can't see the horizon, so it makes it difficult to gauge what.
It's around 4, alright?
Brilliant.
Beautiful. So you're all heading off to bed?
yeah, I jumped straight into it.
Alright, so you nice and cozy.
Like a coin still spinning on the ground.
Get into my nice comfy gym jams.
Alright, so you all sling your packs down. You hear a knock at the door.
Nobody say anything. I'll get it, just sleep.
Alright. As you open the door, Gil. Bloody dang it. Names.
Boric.
Alf.
Oh, Aggam.
Gil and Alf. Boric and.
Gwendolyn and Alton Park.
Yep. Sorry, Glyn and Boric
Yep.
are not there, but it's Gil and Alf. And they sort of.
Yeah, I'm in my gummy bottom.
Yeah, you switched as quick as you could.
All in their face.
It was rather quick. They're like 2 minutes. Okay.
Really sleepy, like echoes
Echoes
out
out.
of the shell.
What do you want?
Just saying goodnight. We're across the.
Get one of those mushrooms as well, in case we need.
Hmm.
The choppy in a. Is that what the plant looks like?
Raw.
Makes a lot of sense.
So if you have not. Wait, who was it? I believe. Word started travelling. You're a newbie to Chuffy, are you?
Oh, look, I've never been a fan of mushrooms, so it makes sense.
Don't eat the whole thing. You will fuck your guts up. And he begins to go off on a tangent. Al, sorry. Come on, Gil. And so you hear their door close behind. Go to, lock it up, and settle into your beds. They creak a lot as you get into them. Bruce is not much to write home about. But sort of, you lay down, and even though it is really late, there's just sort of a, not disturbance, but alertness around your mind that isn't normally there. You're tucked in your shell where you would normally sleep. You're just sort of aware of the sounds and stuff going. You're all hearing little sounds, you're hearing chirps and creaks and stuff. It does take you a little bit to fall. But eventually you do drift off. And we will start. I want you all to roll a d20. Yes, you meditate for yeah.
Otherwise, experience whatever it is.
You find it oddly disquieting, the fact that your meditation is not, you don't just drop again.
Yeah.
You don't just.
The other one's a 5, but a -2.
Oh, you don't drop straight into your trance like you normally would. Again, just there's mental activity that shouldn't be there, and you're like trying to focus, trying to get. Try some breathing techniques. So what did you roll?
6. It's just a flat roll. 11.
9.
And 3. So we'll start with 11. It feels like you've been asleep for hours. You sort of begin to dream, and as you're dreaming, it's a little bit blurry at first, but you come to and you're laying in your old familial bed. Your mother is humming away in the kitchen. There is a large pot bubbling away in the corner, and the familiar smell of copland leaves. Delicacy, a sort of plant that's indigenous to the area. One that she quite often cooks to give you vigor and give you strength. You can smell that she's cooking copland. And the smell is what sort of wakes you up. And she glances over her shoulder. Her familiar walls and swirls and patterns that she's painted on herself is very comforting. And she turns back and sort of looks at you. Oh, my darling boy. What makes you? Why are you? You should not be awake. And sort of go to open your mouth, but nothing. It's like you're watching from your own, but not interactive.
Yeah.
It's some sort of
experience.
kind of, yeah. My darling, we will find a way and help you grow strong, make you. And oh, there is I will be back. And she sort of turns and just vanishes and is no longer in the room, like she's out. And you see your father. He's got a big sheaf over his shoulder, and he slaps it down on the small table. And my boy, I have got your favorite. We have bacon, snappy, crackle, salty, good. Put it in your mouth. And he starts frying it up on a little pan. And oh, that smell! It is rousing, isn't it? We'll eat it. Of the crackly, salty good. And oh boy, one day we will find. It's a very strange feeling. I will never see her again. Maybe on the other side, but you, I know it. I know it in my bones, in my shell. You will find her. But some way down the... But for now, and he begins humming again, and he keeps cooking away. The familiar smell of sawdust and pine, and just those smells that you associate with him. Who rolled next time?
6.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nine.
Alright. Similar sensation. Feel like you've been asleep for a while, just a sort of dream cycle. You come to, and you are in the atrium of your family hall as you're on your way out. And you see your mother in front of you. Ah, boy, you never were a clan in that way, were you? Always. We're always set to break them up. But all the other kids, they are straight out of it, into the mines. All the normal things. But not you. You're always changing. Love that. Love that about you. I know your father has been a brickhead, but you know he loves you in his own way. I know you'll make this right for the family. I want you to take this. He clasps your hands, like you're looking from first person. Clasps your hands together with hers around them. You sort of open your hands and you see a small circular object in you. Grandmother Janice, take it into the world. Do not sell this. Do not lose this. The last things, have it still on my person. But I know you. You're destined for greatness. The way you sing, the way that you can bring change. I want you to find your own family. Any way you can. You don't... We'll always be your family, but make a new home. And bring change, people joy with those songs that you... the way you weave things together, I love it. I've always admired the courage to break out. And, yes. I think that pulsing rhythm that your victory. Bring about what you need to. And she sort of turns around back in the hall. You can see like family portraits and torches and sconces. It's a beautifully lit house, and feel a pang of sadness at the thought of having to leave no one from it. Sort of fades to black a little bit. I'm just doing these simultaneously. Laura Din. So your eyes sort of squint open, and you're looking up at a low ceiling of some sort of bars either side of you. And this is an unfamiliar setting, something that you don't recognize. And you are unable to look around, you're unable to sort of do anything here. But you're aware of noises coming from off to your right. You hear a male and female voice. And the male voice is saying in a very warm tone, "Our boy, he's a strong one. He looks like he's already alert, like learning and watching. He looks smart. He looks like you, my darling. But I've already seen him roll over." You hear the female. Is that I'm sad? But I know that he is amazing. Already, I know why we named him as such. But he's going to do great things. But first we must tend to... Ritual must be complete. And then your eyes begin to get heavy and you sort of drift out. The familiar voices are very soothing. And your eyes like spark open. It's just a surge of adrenaline. Sleep though. And in front of you, you can see that place where you made your home, and you see those familiar figures, dwarven figures, pointing at you. But you are excluded from this group. You can hear them over their shoulders discussing your fate. You hear the words monstrosity, abomination, Thander's outcast, and see terrible burning eyes, and you see all of a sudden that you look down and your hands are chained and you're on your knees and they are surrounding you, pointing at you and spitting on you, and you feel that searing pain in the back of your shoulder where that mark exists, and it's overwhelming. It's the intensity of it. And all of a sudden you look down and you're fleeing with voices at your back. A little ways off, you seem to be making ground, but you are fleeing, and they're calling out jaunts and cheers. "We're gonna get you! Keep running!" And the laughter sort of echoing around. And as you're running into the night, with the cool air whipping around your hair, you feel that surge of freedom, but also that panic, fear of what's chasing you. And it sort of drifts out. Varys, you sort of come to in your dining hall, the familiar high-backed regal chair of the herald of your family, and the figure occupying it, your mother. As you come in, you're not called for by name. A servant brings you in, a male servant. And as you come in, your mother sort of, "That's far enough. Now, you know what you must do at your age. This is something we all do. Must bring us glory. Must make me sing your praises. Bring him in." You see off to the side, another servant brings in a fluttering creature, a young owl, familiar with your childhood pet that you've raised from a hatchling. She beckons a finger at the servant, grabs the thing, not kindly, its wings flapping and scrabbling around. "You must do what all youngsters do. Kill this pathetic, weak attachment. Show your strength. Throw this thing from your grasp and kill it. Bring Lolth glory. Do this, and I will sing your praises. You will go on to do great things. If you do not, you're worthless. Your brother will probably do better. Bring Lolth glory through pain. If it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right." And the memory that you had tried to suppress, but unsuccessfully, the inability to kill this thing attached to, is quite a heartbreaking moment, and one that sticks with you. Your punishment, what plays out next, being repeatedly drowned near to death in the well, that bottomless hole in bleakness, again and again, while they chant and give glory. Health. Feeling of water entering your lungs, just enough air to keep you alive, but you keep getting brought back from death, and just facing down in that endless water, filling your lungs, coughing it up. Terrible way to die. Didn't let. With sweat dripping down your brow, you awaken, but you all awaken at the same moment. You hear a echoing voice through your heads. It is like a shotgun in the night. "Arise! Defend!" And it's enough to like immediately spring your eyes open. You hear movement immediately in the hallway, and your door is rattled. Up, go, find an empty lot. I think there's some missing off to the east. Go, go, go! And you are rudely awoken.
Bring out of bed, strap on my boots and my gear.
Chainmail.
Bleary-eyed, it's still dark. You put your things on.
I'm gonna have a bite of not the whole mushroom, but I'm just gonna take
Okay,
a bite.
you take a bite of the stem, and similar to what you drank in Broadaxe. No, sorry, Stonebreak. It just sharpens your mind. It's enough to like bring a little bit of clarity and focus. You can actually kind of think about what you're. The sleepiness in your eyes, that sort of itchy, tired feeling, is gone immediately as soon as you start digesting this. And is anyone else eating?
Just take a tiny
The
nibble,
tiniest little.
a little nibble, just a little baby bite
Yeah,
of
and-
the shroom.
And raw. It's not as intense as the choffee that you had, but it's still a lot to deal with. You've barely gotten over your last use of it, and it's a lot. So I'll get you to roll a Constitution saving throw, but with advantage.
I rolled a 1 and it's 20. Oh.
So, having felt this before, you sort of lean into this mental acuity, this way of waking up, and it doesn't turn your stomach nearly as much. You feel that same point of no return where you would have gone to hurl, but sort of, and you master your own feelings, your senses as well. Like your mind becomes so much clearer, so much. What either of you having?
Just a similar.
Yeah, little nibble.
Yeah, I'll save it for later.
Okay. All right. So, being that it's raw, it would last a little while. Like the stuff that you drank, a few hours. So, this will kick you on well into the night. And you sort of rustle out into the hallway, and Gil and Alpha are in a similar state of disarray, like quickly clasping on their belts and weapons. And go down the stairs. I assume they'll help us outside.
Yeah, I'm kind of like running downstairs and I'm like east.
Mhm.
Someone said east.
East. Oh, okay.
Ace, yeah.
Yep.
Stomp. I don't know, not so much like runs, but yeah, stomps is probably.
Waddles.
You know that when like Bowser does his fast, like, like where he kind of just like rocks from side to side.
Bowser's on the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his character arc be that he learned to sprint on all fours.
And also, his ultimate is that he like jumps up on the ground and points into the shell. Or just retracts in.
I'd say actually the ultimate is like the sonic roll.
Yeah.
Or he just learns like move while spinning on his
Yeah,
stomach.
just a Mario Kart red shell.
Yeah.
He learns to breakdance is what you're
Yeah, pretty much.
Dancing.
proficient in combat breakdance.
Oh, yes.
It's capoeira.
So as you head down to the main sort of room, that sleepy fellow is standing there. All right, we're missing 2 on the eastern side. 2 of you there, 2 there, and then go a little bit further north. You lot, he's pointing to Alf and Gil. So you 2 are sort of paired up, off to the east, and you follow sort of like a straggle of people out that way. Fairly straightforward. Like there's only a few roads in between plots and that sort of stuff.
Alright.
But you get running, and it's a good few Ks to get out there.
Sun up.
Not at all.
So did that wouldn't have been a long
Mm-mm.
one. A short rest?
In a sleep, maybe make a survival check. And I'll give you advantage because of the choffee.
18.
Yeah, natural 24. No.
18.
Okay. From what you can see, it's been about half an hour since you laid your head down.
Yeah, that's
And yeah, you begin running your way out there. You can see sort of these pulsing. So there are domiciles, like one large sort of think like a Warcraft 3 orc burrow. So wooden palisades, sort of pointed roof, circular-ish, and
Like a little dome thing.
yeah, exactly. But the point at the top of the roof is glowing sort of an arcane purple. See it in the night. Look like little beacons set out all along And so you keep running, and there's a few people out on the roads sort of directing, those guys, they're missing. So you guys, you, over there, Turtle, faster, go. We need to, they're coming in faster than that. And you lot, and he points over to you lot, at that house over there, I think they both need help. One is wounded. Go. And so you sort of, and it's been a good few, like maybe 4Ks of running. It's pretty tiring, but you got to get out there somehow. And you can hear shouting. You hear sort of dull crumps off in the distance, and you come to one of the domiciles. It doesn't have that little pinprick of light on the top. And then you guys find another. So basically you go, judging by what is going on, the ones that don't have any light might be inactive. And as you step in, the door's not locked. There is a crystalline pillar in the center of the room. And it's glowing. So we'll do this relatively simultaneously. I'll get a group, so group A and group B. Just roll initiative so we know which way to do this.
7.
9.
10. Okay, so we'll do you guys first. Yeah. So as you step into the room seems unused for now. There is a made bed. It doesn't seem to have been slept in. But you notice this strange crystalline feature in the center of the room. And it seems to run from floor right up through the ceiling. What would you like to do?
Hello?
Your voice echoes around in this empty room.
Yeah, poke the pillar, like put my hand on it.
I just poke my arms.
Okay. So I'll get you both to make an Arcana check.
You.
17.
Solid.
1 for 2.
Solid. And I'll get you guys to do the same. Make an Arcana check each.
That one. 19 plus 20.
Hi.
Okay. So you lot will be... charging. Okay? So as you both touch it at the same time, your consciousness sort of melds and expands all of a sudden. And you're pulled up to a, not a bird's eye view, but from the top of one of these roofs. And you can see with crystal clarity the edge of the forest, probably 600, 700 meters out. And you see little crumps every now and again, little bursts and sparks. You can see figures darting along the ground. So what I'm going to need you to do, go for some.
This is a cool city defense.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, this is the vehicle level.
This is an obligatory target section.
I was thinking like the scorpion over the bridge level. Like,
oh man. So, I need you. Okay. I need you to roll a d4 or d6 or a d8.
One.
Roll whichever you
I'll
feel.
go for a D6.
Okay. I need you to roll a... I'll go with Arcana again.
7.
So, very disconcerting. You feel this surge of power well up from the floor. It's not overwhelming, but moderate surge of power up to you.
Pretty weird.
And if you're likening it to your person, it would be like need something to come out of your eyes. Like you need to either cry or do something because something is pressure behind your eyes. And so as you're sort of scanning around, your vision of things is not what he is seeing. you're just sort of like focused on the rob of this pillar in the center. And you channel this surge up. I need you to... Oh, you rolled a 7. Okay. Make a perception check as well. Okay. So getting used to this, it's very off-putting. It's not quite the same dimensions as you... And as you're looking around, you spot a low serpentine feline figure, like darting around in the darkness. Real hard to track. And as you focus on this thing, feel that pressure behind your eyes, and then these two blasts of energy rocket out to where you're looking at. And the ground explodes up, but where you're aiming, target is not quite there. So it's going to take you a few to get your eyes into gear. Switch over to you guys. So you're going to roll D4, D6, or D8. Alright, so roll a perception and an arcana. Okay. So the surge of energy that comes up to you is girthy. It is a lot of power. Unsuspecting, it almost overwhelms your mind. And you're going to take 3 points of psychic damage. As you're looking around, this urgency sort of nearly overwhelms your mind. You're looking for an outlet, somewhere to pour all of this massive amounts of energy. And you spot what you think is a target, sort of running from the tree line out towards the domiciles, a long way off. And as you sort of unleash, it's noticeably bigger than what came out over there. These are big blobs of energy, and as they land, it lights up the night with a purple blast and sort of flares out. Guys off. You seem to hit nothing though. The mechanism to target things is a lot more difficult. But switch back over. So okay. So as you sort of recoil from unleashing this blast, you see more figures start to come out of the tree line, and you do see some get hit directly from other domiciles. Like there's a little bit of an overlap. So you see one get blasted, just, and there's nothing there, basically.
Boots.
Just
Spoken.
yeah. I'll get you to make a perception check.
Small.
Okay. Not a lot. You're still kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah.
This is a lot to take in.
Can I try like speaking?
You can.
Okay, I'm kind of like, okay, this is too much. Like, where can you help me find them?
Bundle.
So you two can hear each other, but what you see is completely out of whack.
Yeah.
Am I just seeing what's in front of me, like the pillar?
You're-
I'm not getting a view from the top of the hut.
No, you're not so much seeing from up there. You're controlling how much energy is poured into this thing from both of you.
I suppose, yeah, I don't realize. I'm just kind of like, no, I can't.
Just do it again. I guess.
Alright.
Okay. So perception for target spotting,
Oh, yep.
and then arcana for...
The 13 on description,
Okay.
13 on arcana.
Do I have to roll the...
So what sort of energy are you sending? You're sending a 4, 6, or 8?
I'll go with 6.
Okay.
4.
Okay. So, on a 13, you are able to track one of these things. You're sort of getting your eye in a bit. It's off-putting, but what you're looking at seems to be potentially feline, large, it's not a four-legged beast, but there appear to be like trails of smoke coming off the back of the thing. It's flitting in and out of reality in a way. It looks, it's hard to follow because of that. On a 13, you focus this energy sent through with Kincaid's will, and feel this pulse building up behind you, and you blast out. What'd you roll? A 4? 4 beams sort of snake out, and it looks like they collide with something. It seems to have struck its target, and it just lands with a.
I'm immediately like, good chuckle. I'm like,
We've got one! We've got one!
Very good. Again.
Alright, back over to you guys. How much? We'll start with energy. Like, how much are you sending? 4, 6, or 8?
Yeah, 8 again.
Okay.
8.
Okay. Perception?
18.
Very nice. So after the first shot, it's okay. Now I kind of understand it. You're able to track a target, another one similar to what they're seeing.
Yeah, arcane 5.
Okay. So again, just the feedback from the amount of energy that Thuridin's sending to you. You take 3 psychic damage because it's a little overwhelming. It kind of it's kind of burning your brain. It feels like, but as you let go, 8 massive rockets of energy just flare out into the night and all converge on this one spot.
Like all the worst ever.
Hard to tell if you hit your target. That much explosive energy. We'll switch back over here.
Football oval size.
You made it hit and everything in it.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the town.
Smoking rules.
It's like I've seen Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
The end when he fights him in that city and it's just flatland. But he's still the bad guy. He's still the bad guy, but every single person in that city is now dead.
Collateral damage. Alright, so as you can hear, it's a fairly ear-splitting, like as these beams of energy, these rockets of pure energy shoot out. And you can hear that across Broadaxe, like you can hear this sound fairly you can feel elation sort of through these pillars that you've got your hands planted. You can feel elation come through in waves as what you would assume people are hitting their targets, and you can feel that through there. So as you just did that, you can immediately feel like a warm joy sort of flow into you. Roll again. What sort of energy are you sending?
He's not but only gold behind.
lend your brain.
How dare this? 6.
Deception. 13.
Nice.
11.
Okay. So noticeably more energy sent up through to like it's a bubbling, like a pot about to boil over.
Eyeballs.
You fill it up.
My eyes!
And you're tracking a target, and for a second it seems to be running one way, but it's actually over here running the other. And it's like there's two there, but really there's only one. It's just some sort of offshoot or some visual frequency that you're not used to. But you blast out six globules. They just sort of glow for a second, and then they all hammer into the same point. And it wasn't one of the magical offshoots that you thought you saw. Looks like it blasts straight into this target. You do not take any psychic damage, but you feel like that was fairly close to hurting.
There's like damage, but like slight nosebleed.
Yeah.
Like...
You breathe out some smoke and your mustache is on fire. Alright, take another shot. Okay. Remember, you can talk to each other, like, while you're there.
Perception is just 7.
Okay.
Mana is 19.
Okay. So you pull your focus back from looking for something, and you pull it more into focusing on not burning yourself out. So containing and directing pure energy out of you. And you track what looks like a humanoid figure, sort of further back in the tree line. And what was your perception? Very low. Okay. But you target him, he's not moving too fast. And you blast out, what did you roll on the d6? 2. Blast out 2 moderate-sized lances straight out into the night. They looks like one goes straight through a tree behind the target, but looked like a hit. You guys. Wait, sorry. Okay. So while you're watching this, you're seeing these eruptions, these explosions dotting around the place. They're not all the same color, but they're of a similar, like, it leaves an after image on your vision, like it's arcane in nature, and it's kind of an awesome firework display, you know, fighting for your life. So you take a moment and then you're like, oh, gotta focus. What are you sending to him? All right. Ooh.
15. Oh, 22.
So feeling like you're getting the hang of this thing. Feel a lot more
I'll
power.
roll it back a little bit this time. Just take it easy.
And you take a deep breath.
Share you with me.
The focus that you've got, thanks to the choffy plant inside of you that you're digesting, you just sort of summon these things into 2 needle points and just...
Out of the cards.
And these ones don't seem to explode, it just like penetrates immediately into the dirt, and it looks like a javelin is almost stuck into the dirt for a second before it dissipates. But the target that you were aiming for, done. Absolutely not moving.
Right now? Yeah. You want me to put a little bit less power in?
Yeah, just what it is. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, already.
Right. Find a target.
One. That's a 1.
Do you want to use my dice?
And then a 20 on the
Oh
other.
my.
So, purely focused on not burning yourself. You're like full focus on like, I don't care what I'm shooting at, just that hurt. I did not like that. But it's way less than you're expecting. And so you sort of overcompensate on not hurting yourself. But you pick out a target. But yeah, this after image thing is doing your head in after these burns that you've just had. The lower power and speed and ferocity of these things, they're probably getting a few meters closer, like they'd be maybe 200-300 meters away from where you are now. It's getting a little easier to track them as they get closer, but there are still a few out on the field. Seems the numbers are dwindling a bit as you are taking out a fair few of these things. But your 4 lighter, smaller, like an arrow almost, lit out, and they attempt to hit this target, but it's just phasing around the place. Real damn hard to hit.
Right on.
Back over to the top. Hold up. Okay.
So you said more power. So you did. 1.
1 on the gate. Perception is 14.
Oh.
Is 5.
Okay. So he sends up these 2 bubbling bursts of power up into your brain, and you're sort of ready for it. And you track the target. It's running fairly dead on at you. It seems to flit to the left and right for half a second, and then it's back central. You loose these 2 orbs out into the air, and it actually does hurt you on this occasion. You take 3 psychic damage at these things. But running straight at you, you detonate them just above the ground, and they like a direct hit.
Okay, yeah, sending these fools home with their body back.
Get your body back.
Alright, what are you sending him?
Got the space for them in my.
Can you handle the bigger power?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why you're only getting like a little bit of one hand on the other one.
Probably won't be 14.
What would you do? How long do you think it was?
Alright, one at a time, remember.
Alrighty.
You rolled a 1 on a d6.
Perception is 8.
Okay.
And Arcana is 19.
Okay, so you're getting the balance a little more. One sort of rocketing towards yours, up through you've got vineyards on your side, running between the rows directly at you, and looks defensible. Like this has been planted in way so that you get a clear shot down the rows, down the vineyard, and you sort of, it scorches its way through one of the vines of the vineyard. It rolls its way down and just. What did you roll on Arcana?
19.
It was high. Yep. Okay. And do not burn yourself out. That's good. Now, off in the night, from up where you are, you hear a and you see the figures that you're tracking sort of stop and then immediately start running back the other way. Give you one more shot. A fleeing target.
They're retreating. Give me it all.
Alright.
8.
Okay, perception 5. Arcana 15.
Okay.
Okay, nice. This does not burn you.
Better than the other way.
I ain't even looking for a target. I'm like 8 big.
You just, it's a little too much for you, and you just carpet bomb your ploughed field of whatever vegetable they're making, and it just.
That's the nosebleeds. That's
Yeah, you get a little. Oh, you take 1 point of psychic damage purely for maximum roll on maximum roll. But that was satisfying as hell. Couldn't tell if you hit.
those
Something you guys. The postcode, the shop down the street, like.
Alright.
It's not my fault I wasn't trained in this equipment.
Yes.
Send it.
Newcomers on the crystal.
Or
Perception 17.
Wait.
17 flat.
roll it again.
It's a 17.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a good last hit.
Sorry, Phil.
So he sends you through 4 big it's just welling up inside you, 4 sort of pillars of energy, and you focus them all into one beam, and just it's like a continual blast at this one spot, and there is like a scorched mark on the ground where whatever it was you were aiming at is no longer. Now, no more figures sort of like, you can see them retreat, full retreat. You can take one last pot shot if you would like. Yes, I would.
More in the village.
Kincaid, I think that. Oh, there's more!
Quick!
7.
Kincaid is having too much fun.
Okay, perception 5.
Okay.
Arcana is 20, non-natural.
Ooh, okay. So, no psychic damage. 20 is what you needed for near maximum, but you're in the zone. You're just focused on how much he's sending to you, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't care where I'm shooting it, just don't hurt me.
There's more energy coming.
Okay, all this. So you loose these again, just out into the night, and it sort of fragments and just goes. Yeah. Absolutely, and you sort of like, you can see little like sparks smashing against the trees because you're aiming it about the tree line, but because it's arcane in nature, it doesn't ignite the forest around you. And yes, very satisfying. Not sure if you hit anything, but you unleash a big barrage. You doing one more shot?
Do you see anything up there?
Yeah, 19.
5.
Yeah, you do.
Did you roll a d8? Nice. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Arcana is 17.
Oh.
19, 17.
Nice. So one last fleeing target that got relatively close. You've got a bit of time to line it up and track it. It sort of darts between rows, and you're like, no, I've got you, little bugger. And yeah, you just fling these beams out into the sky, and they all sort of like swirl and go around each other and just. It seems to go quiet across the battlefield. You are freezing up.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes it just takes a bit of time. Just if the squares like sort of yeah.
But
It's just a little airborne.
Also, Muffy baby. Excellent. So you sort of feel on alert. All like adrenaline is flooding through you. It's arcane in nature, just like it's a weird feeling. All that tiredness you had 10, 15 minutes ago is just wiped. You are firing on all cylinders. And so you can feel free to take your hands off these sort of crystalline pillars. Oh, it's hot. What would you like to do?
Start heading back.
I'd like to sort of head out towards some of the craters to check and see if there's anything.
Okay.
Or anything. Any clue.
Yep. So the nightlife, the crickets and the hoots and hollers in the night, you can hear some humanoid voices going, "Ah!" like cheering and clapping. People are like, "Ah!" Obviously, other people have enjoyed, defending their homes and their livelihood.
And we just showed half of the line.
Yeah.
So, what, are you going with him, or are you?
Just walk with them.
Okay. So you're sort of traveling down. It's fresh, beautiful soil. Smells of a vineyard, like grapes and that sort of stuff coming in. You head down. It's probably a good few hundred meters. Closest got about 300 meters from you. And as you get out towards where whatever this thing was, you do find remnants, some body parts. There are legs and stuff, but just like gore sprayed. Some were more explosive. It's just whatever sent to out a little differently. You can look for other, corpses, or you can try and figure out from this remnant. Would you like to try and figure it out? Yep. Or survival. Try and find another corpse.
-2 on both. I'll just
Okay.
manage.
Yep. Would you like advantage with old mate helping?
Or I can do the +1.
Okay.
So negative.
Uh,
He wants to help me out.
I was thinking of an interesting rule. If we're doing the giving someone advantage thing, you both roll and then take the highest.
Okay.
Okay.
Instead of one person rolling twice. That way the person helping feels involved.
19.
Alright, so we go on a 19.
With
20? Yep. Alright. So, being of the wilds, these clawed sort of feet, but it's a leathery sort of skin. It's not a normal that you could pick, say, something you've eaten. This appears to be something a little bit unfamiliar to you. Gauging by the size of the thing, maybe 6 foot long, but hard to tell with a spray. But, I mean, it was a physical being of some sort.
So it like causes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just pick it up and I compare it to my scars. Like, does it anywhere?
I mean, you've got enough scars. Some are relatively similar size, but yeah, some sort of large beast.
Yeah. Okay.
The amount of distance it was covering, pretty big.
But it's like
Interesting. Well, from the corpse that you did find, it's not overly much of a corpse. It's sort of like a plastered room. You got about one leg. Investigate.
Okay, we'll just keep looking around for bodies.
Yep, go
All the
for
last zones. Yeah.
deception or survival, whatever's better. And if you're doing advantage.
18.
6.
So, one of the ones that you sort of feathered with javelins rather than exploded into pieces. You find the thing, and it's back towards the tree line a bit. In amongst the trees, there's sort of a stillness, like there's no wind blowing it. And you can see the bole of this tree that your javelin sort of penetrated behind the top. You see a humanoid, like an orcish sort of folk that you've killed. And nearby you see a rather large creature. Urban. So, cat-like. With your survival check. It's cat-like, like a panther or something large cat, but long. And it does not have 4 legs, it has 6. There are what you saw as the smoky sort of contrail behind are actually tentacles flowing out from behind the mane, like a crest almost, but flowing backwards as they run. There is up on the top a bluish black sort of very fine fur. The legs are scaled and leathery. It's a strange amalgamation.
It's like a...
It's much longer than a normal cat, though. This thing is about 9 foot.
Like a puma centipede.
Yep, that's a good way to summon it.
You need tail of any kind, or?
No, not so much. It's more the tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks heavy. It's heavy.
So we can't. Will we be able to drag it back to Broadaxe?
Give it a try to lift the thing.
Take the head.
All the
I mean,
tentacles
both
are
of
back.
us could try drag it back. How far did we go?
Couple of meters.
Out from the domicile.
Yeah.
And then you went a few Ks.
A few
Out.
Ks.
Yeah, you went about 2 Ks out.
Oh,
To get to the farm.
Yeah.
So you went out onto one of the blades of Broadaxe.
So it's a bit.
Yeah, it's a big distance to
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
lug this thing. You attempt to lift it and make a athletics check.
11?
Estimation, maybe 200 kegs.
Okay.
Big beast, long and heavy and muscled.
Yeah.
What are you two doing? As you sort of like take your hands off and
The
so
No, a little bit.
yeah, so you've gone to your own. There's like there's separate farms, so they're dotted around the
They've
place.
sent a group.
Yeah, but a pair
Chris
to
could use the crystal cannon that's installed on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, look.
well, they'd be like a couple K, well, like maybe a K apart.
Yeah.
So there's a fair distance. You could go to another one and you can catch.
I'll probably wait to.
Okay.
I just don't understand
Hmm.
if you want people out in these. Don't just let them sleep there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what are you doing?
Yeah, I'd say I pretty much probably would come out of the prison like,
That was wild.
I need an ale. Yeah. Took me out of sleep for a while.
That sure was something. Yeah, we're all I'm all chopped up.
And I feel so small.
What? You look about this. It looks about the same. You look about the same size. So yes.
I'm so big up there. See the whole forest pretty much.
I'd sit on my shoulders if it make you feel better.
I mean, he's still small to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Small in the sense of like, don't have that.
Maybe you'll learn this. There is spell. I think in Biggin spell.
Well, let's go get an
Okay, big man.
Alright. So you sort of pair up and walk side by side back towards the Drinko. What are you guys going to do?
Cut off one of the.
Okay. Yep. Okay, cool. So just go with general dexterity or survival. Do a pretty good job of it. It's not super difficult. It's a little sinewy and rubbery, kind of like a squid, but it does appear to be some sort of structure to it on the inside of it. So they have some roll that's not floppy. But yeah, it's long if you're cutting off the whole thing.
Oh, like I just want.
Okay, yep, that's much more manageable.
Just like.
Yep. So you cut, this large section off. Wrap it up. No issues.
Didn't you say tentacle or more like a You know what I mean? Like, is it like suckers, like an octopus sort of thing? Or...
You would have to investigate it.
Well, is there one by?
You would have to walk out and try and bomb it.
With
You could when you get back. You
with
can run.
us looking at like, how was it like that, or the way I pictured it was like one of like long like slimy, for the tentacle that didn't look suckers.
I mean, as I know what these.
Yeah.
No, this is good.
I'm picturing these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay,
exactly.
yeah.
That's 100%.
Yep.
Especially when you see them like phasing in. Like,
Yeah.
Yes. So no, the sections closer to the body are more smooth,
Yeah.
and then towards the tip, it's sort of like an open, flat section that appears to have some sort of villi or something that probably grip or do something. So are you doing anything else, or are you heading back in?
Make our way.
Okie dokie. So you head back in, and you sort of run into Gil and Alf. How'd you go with that? Alf's looking fairly bright-eyed.
Oh, we blew some shit up, and then I point to like the
Burn marks around my eyes.
And you see
he coughed a little bit, but
You've got the like Doctor Strange, Mads Mikkelsen eyes, the like violet.
I'm sure I've seen it enough.
you see Gil make an insight check.
11.
1.
I luckily had to look. Yes, it's a 1. So you see Gil smile sheepishly. Think you can ascertain why. Alf is also, you can see like scorch marks at the outset of his eyes. He's not wearing his normal cap, and you can see like a red streak through his hair, and he's sort of like, yeah, thanks little man. Yeah, Gil got me good. That hurt a lot, but nothing you can't drink off. What an experience. Yeah. Now I understand. You ready for a drink? I'm ready for a drink. I need something. That shoffy really gets you going. Gil sort of,
Gets the people going.
does. Gil is looking a little worse for wear, kind of a little exhausted. So you saunter back towards
The drink.
the Drinko,
Yeah.
and you see Aggam out in the street, sort of like directing people back. Yeah, yeah, good job, guys. That's what we needed. And there's some cheers and that sort of stuff. Thank you to all you extra helpers. We lost a few hands, and yeah, drinks are on me tonight. And yep, those of you that got to keep working, I'm sorry. Get back to it. We can't delay these shipments anymore. But hopefully they shouldn't attack again tonight. You see him pull something out and just start chewing.
How much food does this guy have in his pocket? Like, how many pockets does he have?
He's got a big bag at his side,
Okay.
like a satchel almost. You can make a perception check if you'd like.
sort into foods
Or-
and crushing together into like a.
It's a
base.
bag
He's
of
got food.
He's got food.
It's just a bag of bacon.
A bag of
It's
pie.
just it goes directly to the town.
Yeah.
The rest of you, if anyone would like to make a perception check on Aggam.
I just don't know.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
No.
9. He looks beyond tired. He looks haggard in the face. Just like there's so much droop under the eyes. His jowls hang. He's got that vigorous demeanor, but he looks fully exhausted. However, each time he sort of eats something, it perks him up for a bit. You notice a significant change in his behavior.
I just like walk past him and like, I'll start your tab. Thanks.
Oh, good, thanks. Yeah, don't go too hard. Alright, it's almost the morning.
Just the chip.
Go for it. We got plenty. This is why we stock it up. You big man, you could put a few away, couldn't you?
Just a couple.
Go for it. You've earned it. You earned your keep tonight.
Oh, Aggam, so you get attacked on regular, and you need volunteers to help.
It's not regular.
Mechanics.
Definitely not regular.
Well,
Yeah,
frequently.
that's what. all of
And
it.
you need volunteers to help with the crystal cannon, but they have to run all the way from Drinko out in.
Yeah. Well, you see, you don't know where the attack's coming from, and most of the farmsteads are, you know. Sometimes people die.
Why not just, maybe that part of deal for people that come in? Hey, there's place that, is empty at the moment. You stay there for free. In exchange, you have to help volunteer. That way you don't, because surely when there have been raids in the past, the way you're doing it now, surely you have lost people in time it takes to get from Drinko out to farm or something. That way people already out there. And also tell them what they're doing. You're lucky we ran in and saw Big Crystal and touched and figured out, but
Well, you'd be
a
surprised.
little bit of,
Yeah, maybe a training seminar. Is that what you want?
it doesn't have to be full OHS, we don't need to have the OHS involved, but just like, hey, otherwise, surely you have had people just be like, oh, well, I don't want to touch big magic crystal, and then they just run outside with dick in hand and try to fight.
Well, you can't always ask for perfect help, but yeah, it's not a bad idea. See, the hard part is, when people go missing, we don't know it until there's no one shooting. So, like, if there's no one in... Where did you guys go? You're off east, or... Okay. Well, yeah, those were occupied.
Then why would we stand east if it was occupied?
Well, we get a little ping, see, when something trips our perimeter, we get to know where it's coming from. And, a lot of our farmers work round the clock. So, they must have gone missing.
So you don't know who here and who.
Yeah, but we know where it's not firing from, so we just send people out to the dark spots. If we got them. It's we're doing the best we can, alright? It's bloody exhausting. And, you've had one fight, they're fast. We just do what we can. We don't have time to mount a defence. So much, sometimes. We do need a faster way to get out, you're right. That is that's something.
Not just, constructive criticism.
Yeah, thanks. That's what I need right now. Yeah, thank you.
You are so welcome. You're paying for drinks, I believe. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe not for you, you prick. But,
What's that? You don't need more volunteers?
no, probably not if they're going to kick up this much of a fuss, eh? Anyway, go in. Get on it.
All the town's defence is based on those crystal
What's your name? Sorry.
barriers.
Okay, Vaza. Yeah.
That'll do.
Call me Aggie. Yeah.
You mean, like
Could
the
be
balls
Nergy.
I got
This is
it.
an eggs.
I was just guessing.
I did say Aggs. I don't mind. Nicknames are fun.
But yeah, Aggie, all the town's defence is based on those crystals.
It's...
perimeter stuff as well, or?
Yeah. Because, they come and try to, mess up our farming. They kill our livestock and our crops and try and steal people. That's why people go missing. But yeah, mainly that's what we got to work with. I mean, if you're trying to shoot a bow and arrow at those things, you've seen how fast they bloody move. You can't bloody.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
How long have you had the crystal? Surely it wasn't always like.
No, I told you. Bloody, did I do?
Tortoise
They,
It was from Ara, I think.
Yeah,
From
Yeah.
20 gold coin from Ashara Academy.
Yeah.
Shaded.
So he sort of, he like goes a little bit like zony, groups for a second. Yeah. Did I tell you? I think I told you.
Yeah, 20 gold.
Or Nick. Yeah. It's
When did that happen?
just get things as good as possible. They organised to get the songstone in and install them and get the perimeter set up. It's hard when we expand Broadaxe. We need to move the defences and it's a whole thing.
Sorry,
yeah.
what did you call it? Songstone?
Yeah, songstone. I'll get the lot of you to make a history check.
That's the one.
Nah.
Well,
7.
The one you know about?
Wow.
I will give you advantage because it's to do with stone.
Oh.
7 is better.
You've heard of it. Not 100% sure what it does. Yep. 13? What was the 12?
Did I say 9?
I don't think it was particular.
It wasn't high. It was under 10. I think it was
Okay.
9.
Yep. I mean, you've read.
Historian.
Yep. It's a fairly. It's not like widely known, but it's a mineral that the elves actually bring into being. It resonates with a psychic or magical sort of energy, and be used to empower or channel, or be used in a number of different ways. You're not sure exactly why or how, but you have heard mention of it. The rest of you you might have heard the name, but that's about it. Makes a sort of
Would you have heard of
make an intelligence check.
intelligence?
You give an advantage.
Advantage. Worry about it.
Dunno. Right now you're like, cool. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, he sort of, helped us install these. Boss lot, they helped us fund it. We send out everything from here. We keep very little. And fly most of the continent, so like it's pretty important. He sort of like absentmindedly reaches in and starts chewing on some jerky. Absent roast or what?
Ale.
Yeah.
I forgot your question. What was it originally? Something. And he sort of leans on his big scythe.
Yeah, that's all for now. We'll go have here and then. Maybe go to bed.
And thanks you lot. Thanks for helping.
Yeah, I'll just ask him, like, do you know what those creatures that we killed out there are? And I'll let him know. Is it like?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're probably coming from the deeps. I guess. Did you see any humanoids or just the beasties?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was one orc. He wasn't too lively though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good one.
Yeah, speared right through the face.
So the shaded. Make an insight check. Speaking to you.
8.
Okay. You see him wince for half a second. Yeah, the shaded. I'll get anything. Yeah. The good hunters, what they do. Yeah, what was it? Like 9 foot. Yeah. It's a pretty small one. It's called Splacer Beasts. So yeah. Use them in the front line. If they catch us unawares, then they'll wreck whole homestead. They'll take all of the crops. They'll destroy everything. People. Yeah, shocking. Did you happen to see his markings, or is he have anything tattooed on?
No, we did not.
Oh, are you talking about the orc?
The orc.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or are we talking about?
Yeah,
You're talking about the orc.
Yeah.
Nah. But I can tell you where he is if you want to send someone out there.
We'll do the rounds. I'll get Vinny on it. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, it's always good to know what packs are hunting us from, because they'll come and go, but see the same ones sort of returning. They might be setting up something bigger. Who knows? I don't know. I can't take.
Like tribes.
Yeah, hunting packs. They'll ones that move around in the shallows. They'll do the rounds every now and again. They have it out. They must or something. It's not always the same mob, but yeah, they come in and they get us, and then they go, and it's a whole thing. Now I wouldn't mind a little rest, but starting to come up. Yeah, you can see off direction. You can see sunlight sort of just beginning right in the horizon slightly. When you lot did good. Got a room, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, go have a beer and then you'll probably be right to go. Right to go. You want to stay another night or?
We'll work that out later today.
We'll need to wait for correspondence with our employer, so we might end up.
Alright, old mate, Strand. Skinny bugger, but he does me good. He keeps me folks pepped up. Stuff, and pretty necessary. Pretty necessary. You big man.
You must be hungry.
You try not sleeping. I think the last time I slept was like 3 weeks ago. If I'm not eating, I'm going to fall asleep and then I'll die. Probably.
Probably
Oh, jeez.
Alright, well, we're going to go inside. Get some rest at some point.
I'm going to go do the rounds, see if anyone's dead, clean them up and into someone.
I'll take them.
Yeah, no, you don't live here.
Why? Because I don't own any land.
No, well, no, you're not a farmer. Look at you. You're a little miner man, aren't you? You haven't got the calluses. Oh, sure ain't.
I own the mines. I don't run them. I don't work them.
He looks at your hands very inquisitively. Like,
Swivel the drum that's like always tied to my hip around.
Yeah. I love a good drum. My family used to drum, so we would enjoy song. Like One Mother, that's how we did it. That's a good one. Well, it's time for a drink, I reckon.
Yeah, drink and a sleep. Maybe when I wake up, I'll play some.
Alright. Sounds good. I'll get the boys and do the rounds. It's time. Go on, keep going. And he pulls out a whole choffy mushroom, punches the whole thing down, and he sort of, all right, time to go. Keep going. Never rest, never stop, and we can't fall behind or lose. That's how it is. Let's go. And then he sort of trots off into the night. back towards the baggie. The lights are still burning.
For a drink.
All right, so you sort of head in. It's a fairly jovial, if subdued, crowd. Everyone's just gone through something similar. A bit of adrenaline still pumping. Bloody hell! Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Moppy, baby.
Coffee,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, look at that. Yeah.
It's not even.
Funny that like it.
Yeah. Watch this one. Oh, Nergy's camera. Coffee, baby. Oh, yeah, was that the? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Was it the speaker?
I think so, yeah. And as soon as you pointed it out, I could not hear it.
I know. That's all I heard. After I noticed, I was like, I can't.
It's like the sound you get when like a cord is loose
Yeah.
in the back of a speaker.
But it's not doing it now.
No.
It was weird. It'll come way later. White.
Camera team.
Yeah. Let's get one of the kids on the camera.
You know,
Nice one, I'm off.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Which rhyme? Oh, this is gonna mess around our long rest schedules.
Yeah, we're gonna become like very nocturnal in a second.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, we've got to send that letter out with the owl, so we can send it out, sleep. By the time we wake up, there's hopefully maybe a reply.
I mean, it's going out in the night as well,
Yeah,
so.
we sent it.
Oh, we already sent it.
We
Okay.
sent it
while we, before we, after the
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah.
Before we,
That was
Before we even started,
so it's been like 5 hours or something. It might be there, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and then he'll write a reply and send it back, hopefully. So
Yeah, hopefully by
Well, that's
midday or
nice.
afternoon.
end of it.
Oh, Buffy sub 3.
Oh, look at that. Camera's working. Moppy. Wait, actually, it is. You fixed it.
All because Buffy's back.
Nice, Moffy.
Tungsten.
yeah, as well.
Oh,
That wasn't a...
Oh, you disconnected.
Yeah, something.
All our mics are working and everything.
Uh-oh.
Ah, is
I
that?
know.
I know,
We're
we're good.
Good.
Is it just a screen?
That's weird. Oh, my apologies. Technology, the greatest enemy of all.
Creepy.
Bet these people would love. Right. So, sort of head in. You just having like a nightcap? Just like a, get your freebies in and then.
Yeah, I just want to.
Okay.
Nails and...
Mm. You got a little selection. It is a sort of central pathway town.
It's the dirtiest.
Yep. All right.
Your spirit on the rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scotch and rocks.
Yeah.
Hold the rocks.
Vodka.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Beautiful.
Only the goose. Yes. Very turtle. Beautiful.
After they've gone up. I don't even know what
His
he's
name.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
he's that tight.
We got Timbo. Timbo's Soul, Vin, the ponytail boy. Aggam.
What's your name, mate?
Oh, yes. And it's us. Thank you for your assistance. Serve the entire continent. Self appreciate. You know, you did your part. Well done. Hope you enjoyed your drinks.
Oh, have they already gone? Yeah. I want to stay behind.
You can say I didn't do that
Yeah.
unless you wanted to do anything while you're down there.
I just want to like, so before alarm bells, boom boom, killing things.
Your wake up call.
Yeah. I had the strangest yet vivid dream.
Yes.
Is this a common thing that happens around here?
Yes, I'd say so. By all of it. Tired. Can't get much of a night's sleep around here. You can try during the day, but same.
So everyone experiences these things when they roll into a Broadaxe, and you have no idea what's causing it.
Well, we know that probably the shaded one. He's doing something. But tell you the last night I had a good sleep.
So are these dreams like
Tell me about your dream.
Oh, I'm not
I
gonna
care
go.
a lot.
No, I'm just. Are they usually real events that have occurred in the past that they're reliving?
I think it's different for everyone. Some are imagined, some are heard. Let's talk about it. Most are experienced, are forgotten. I don't know. Formula. I'm not an arcane diviner. I how to understand.
Well, keeping you here.
It's debate. And yeah, I wouldn't mind leaving, but
Yeah,
puts on like a fake sort of.
that's it. I'll see if I can get some Jedi in.
What?
Have a good morning.
Good morning. And let me know if you think of anything that helps sleep. Sometimes you can sneak in a few. Good. It's not good to
Have you tried chamomile tea?
tried all sorts of things. All substances. This has gone. You could talk to
I could always knock you out if you want. But you'll sleep for a little bit longer than you used to.
I appreciate the offer, but I might pass. But if the sleep,
Alright, mate.
have a great sleep. And he sort of just rocks back. Tries to rock it.
Oh, actually, I'll use command on and say sleep.
Okay. So how's it work again?
How does
Don't they have to save?
is it? I think it's a
So they may
13
not-
with saving throw.
Whatever you. 8 plus 2.
3. But yeah, 13.
Okay. As you mark off your spell slot, as you just focus your energy and sleep, the rocking sort of stops. Still for how long are you going to stay there? Casting that and then
I'm just casting it and just walking up. I
On
take
your
a
way.
quick peek before I, leave the room. See if he's still snoozing.
Yep. Eyes appear. Might have worked.
And then I.
His breathing, however,
Big
is
sleep.
so shallow.
I just command die.
So as you get back up, sort of whip everything that you put on and snuggle into your beds, get you to make a perception check. Arcana. Better for.
Definitely.
No, just. Per your dream, you feel this a rhythm, one you've thought you felt like a ghost sort of rhythm. That's where you pull your energies from, like when you're playing music. This is where you draw whatever it is you do to being. This is where you pull it from. Feel that same sort of pulsing in an almost physical way. As you come into the room and pointed towards your pack, you can feel it grow a little stronger. Rhythmic, like a drum beat that you would play, and it's alluring. Yeah.
I was going to say that. One where he places doctor, beat through, echoing through time. I don't know.
I've never watched
I've
Doctor.
never seen it. But like with Jumanji, he
Best Doctor.
finds.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
usually finds Baby Road with it.
Yeah,
Finds the
yeah.
board in the construction site because he's just
Yeah. Similar to that. You feel this spectral pull almost.
So yeah, I'll try and figure out where it's coming from.
It seems to be localized somewhere in your belongings.
Yeah, I'll rifle.
Yeah. As you rifle through, find the where you'd placed that small thing that your mother gave you. Remember when you left family home? Find something that was it's changed something. You'd like to investigation check? So interesting. If you were to cup your hand, it would fit in your hand. It's got innumerable facets. Like it's almost, it's not crystalline. It's somewhere in between. It mildly makes you think of the songstone that you just touched, but you feel this power, this pulse, this thing in your pack, and as soon as you put it into your hand, the beat quietens. Find a little bit of peace. It has a rougher edge on the top. It's like spherical shape, but the top of it is smoother, less faceted. You're thinking like in D20 terms, it's like a deep shape. Top is a little flatter, but you find that in your pack in place of where it's pearl.
Like investigate it anymore? Like, is there like kind of just like sit with it, close my eyes, and just kind of try and feel that rhythm.
Yep. Make an Arcana.
5.
It's foreign, definitely foreign, but familiar at the same time. It resonates with magic, but can't pinpoint school of magic. Normally would. Being trained college, you learned a lot about magic, but can't quite decipher its origin.
But and it's definitely different to my original.
No way is what was there, what is there.
If
Previously it was a pearl from your mother.
Yeah, if it kind of feels like it brings me some peace, I'll sleep.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Are you being stealthy with this, or would you be open?
Yeah, I kind of just everyone's kind of filtering in and out, going to bed or whatever. I'd just be sitting in bed, just
So
rolling it around, and
you two probably would have started attempting to rest. You might have come up as he's sort of like sitting there, and connect with this thing and understand it. As you come into the room, he's sort of sitting there like, stand it.
That looks like his.
Eventually.
What have you got there?
it originally was a parting gift from mother when I left, but well, it's different somehow. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. It almost feels like the crystals that we were using to blow up those beasts, but that's not what she gave me originally.
Is it different, physically different now to what it was initially, or it
Yeah.
just feels?
No, it physically did. It was a circular pearl just from a necklace. It wasn't really anything special. Now it's not perfectly spherical. It's cool.
But I like inspect it. I guess
Yeah.
I can't exit by
Yep.
know what the 18.
Similar sort of vein, like you can feel that it is definitely magical. No mistaking that. With that Arcana check, this appears to be what Adorn pulled. You recognize it as soon as you hold it. You're like, oh yeah, oh, I recognize this thing.
Like it looks the same as well.
Yep.
But it's not like it feels the same. Like it looks exactly the same.
But yeah, as for Arcana, it's not quite enough. It is definitely magical, but yeah, same thing. You can't like pick a school. You can't pick a. Wouldn't judge or gauge where it's coming from. In an arcane, but it's powerful. Feel.
So I just this looks exactly what your cousin Bud had. And I just let him know the whole story about Storm grabbing it and then getting these magical being some shape shift for that.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's pretty much identical to that.
If not the same.
If not the exact same thing. So this has some magical properties that I can't discern. I have no idea what the origins of it are.
I can't kind of glean anything off of it either. But I'll figure it out. I'm sure.
Yeah, sort of, a little bit of thunder rumbling. Sky is clouding over. Light rain. A little bit. Oh wait, I've got rain. Some.
How did it imbue in Spider-One? And he just picked it up and he just sort of...
Yep.
He just
It was
sort
like
of...
a vision.
Right.
So it was like in his vision. Editing. Something.
So it might have been that
I couldn't
mural
get rid of
though.
it.
Yeah.
So maybe we might have to go back there with... see if it... The mural on the wall and everything.
That mine shaft,
Oh, there was a cave in, wasn't there? Yeah.
very caved in.
Yeah.
Just put that on.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah, I think they said they probably.
Yeah.
A while.
Good long tunnel.
Not gonna just.
Rebuild the shaft.
Yeah.
So you probably would have heard this. You wouldn't have fallen asleep straight away. You'd be sitting there like semi on the verge of listening from inside the shell.
Just pops out and like, guys, I could cast to detect the magic and have a look at it. It helps.
Agree, yeah. I mean, if you say Dawn kind of absorbed it, I mean, I didn't think anything of it really at the time. I thought it was over, but when we all met, I gave someone a hug. Bars, vision kind of blurry and weak.
Yes, there was definitely, we don't know what, we don't know how, but that mural definitely.
And look, I can assure I did not steal this from his pocket or anything. It was,
Yeah, review.
well,
That is very indeed not my problem bucket.
but all the same, I'm not trying to have you on.
Yeah, no, yeah. But you maybe have, oh.
Okay.
On it, so it tells, sense the presence of fate. And if I do sense magic, you can faint aura. A creature object that bears the magic.
Okay. So the object, it doesn't just have an aura around. Like looking at this, you can't fixate on a particular school. It seems to shift between none all at once. Something, a bit of an enigma to you. Even through the normal confines of this spell, it seems to be something a little beyond.
Boy, turn that off.
And you've got your detect magic up, and you're like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just miss it. Oh, this is. Oh boy, that is magic. The way that water is wet. Oh, that is more magic than stone, whatever. It's like, oh. Boy, wow, wee.
as the lobster says.
Yeah, man, it's like, at first I thought it was conjuration, but then it was suddenly necromancy, but both, and then illusion, and then all of them, and none of them.
Well,
It's color of rainbow, it's rainbow different magic.
if it's that crazy, do you think maybe it's got something to do with nerd?
Maybe. I mean, magic does do strange things around then, but
Maybe it's a moon rock.
maybe. Maybe this is here. But the moon in your pocket.
I sure did.
We said it was like it felt exactly like.
Not
Not
exactly.
exactly, or just similar to it.
A similar, hard to put into words, but there's something familiar.
Okay. Well, here's a thought. What if we go to in the morning and see if there's any interaction with it? Any sort of maybe?
I'm happy to explore it.
Yeah, like maybe it's another like elf magic thing lob.
Yeah.
But I do agree that we should do it in the morning. Or,
Definitely
well,
time to do
afternoon.
shuttle.
It's definitely the morning already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very tired.
All right. Anyone else? Paris?
Yeah,
Okay.
Can I have, just quick flick through a couple of books?
Okay.
A book on the history. A book.
Salvador?
Yeah, just if there's any.
Yep.
Kind of similar to like this.
Get you to make an intelligence check, and I'll get advantage because I've got Choffy.
Pretty
Special.
Boy, boy.
Hello, breakfast.
21.
Very nice.
That does all work.
So the which one are you reading first?
Probably the Maradua, because the other one was
Yep. Yep. So was a Falador.
Oh, Falador.
Yeah. That would be a fairly dry read. There are countless. This is written from personal perspective from someone that sort of travelled around.
Like more like a journal.
Yeah. There were constant reports of encounters. Those in Rotmarsh, the Goblin folk, and Drow and Bleaknest, sharing the Underdark, territorial crap, skirmishes, and all that sort of stuff that were experienced and in the Underdark. Not many going topside, but interesting. A little dry, but there are some to do with Glendaltha, Green Sea, and folks in Broadaxe first settled, and yeah, it was done in bad taste. They cut out swath of forests, which seems to be sacred to them. And yeah, skirmishes and encounters between parties, that sort of stuff. So the person's fairly well travelled. And then finally, going back furthest, there are reports of recruitment and the great sort of fight had 30 odd years ago, which you would all be aware of on some level. When Shothragot was in charge, was ruining, corrupting, doing what he did up north. And those that banded with him, those that banded against him, in favour of the Alos. And yeah, just talking, like there are personal accounts talking with soldiers that were conscripted against their will, some that were happy to fight for their family freedoms to, rid Falador of God and the power that he had over people. Past that, other small roadside encounters, sort of stuff. So some interesting. No, nothing mentioned. Not in that. And the other, what was the other book? History of Stonebreak. You would read about just the family lineage. This name passed it to this name. Like these are the Thanes in charge of the city. It was originally back in the early days. It was shared between Rocksplitter clan and the Greystone clan. Shared mining settlement until the Rocksplitters took off and back their own home territory, and it became just the Greystones. Went their separate ways. Greystone clan having sole ownership of this for a long while, and yeah, just like details of what their mind is with troubles in.
Just built on an imperial ground or
No.
like nothing like that. It's just really more family history of the rocks. It's a Greystones kind of deal.
Is where they mined, and this is what they got from this sort of vein and this and that. But no, nothing catches your eye. Just some light reading before bed.
Probably doing that. Yeah, it's just like trying to something that you
Trying
the
to
most
sleep.
boring thing, to just calm his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Reading it, yeah, he's probably
He's like trying to sleep.
This must have been your great uncle Freddy, eh?
And with no dark vision, you would be sitting there with a torch lit,
Is it
sconce on the wall.
coming up? I was assuming.
it's not bright yet.
Not like bright, but just like he's kind of like sitting near the window.
Cool. Yep. So I'll get you all to make. I'll get you to make a Constitution save. Just overnight to see how well you're able to rest.
Need a long rest.
18.
17.
Oh, natural.
Oh, 8.
This book is actually so interesting.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh my god, that it was his cousin.
Also, can I get you, just while we're on that, sorry, thing I forgot, can you make insight check into the history of Grace? No.
Stonebreak.
Stonebreak, thank you. The brain went wrong.
21.
Oh,
A little tidbit that you do pick up while you're reading like the history, genealogy, this is who owned it. They're all male names. I'm going to take note. 21. The length of time that you read, by the time the sun's up, your ability to fall asleep is crap. Not get along. You also do not get a long rest. You're trying to sleep. You toss and turn. You think you've fallen asleep. Have these same dreams again. Sort of wake. It's still so early. Can't sleep. You two? You do get a long rest. Just.
Do we get any short rest at least?
Yes, you can recover hit points.
Yeah.
But spell slots will not come.
That's the end of it. Do we take exhaustion then as well?
Yeah.
It's up. Put it up.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like
Is it just
After one, like, day.
yeah, 24-hour kind of. You know,
Did the chocolate
Maybe
influence the roll,
Yeah,
or are we
that's
not
right.
allowed to know?
You have not. Because you didn't have any.
Yeah, I did.
But yes, you had a big day. Like,
yeah. Right, well,
defending the cart through the night.
8. Wait, okay, so I'm 4. And also, when I kind of like, when everyone else starts stirring, and I'm like, oh gosh, I did not get a proper night's sleep.
Yeah, your eyes sort of crunch open with that.
Yeah, I'm going to I'll use my song of. I'll sing a little song of rest. So, I don't know.
I'm full.
Well, I'll sing a little song of rest, but it doesn't actually do anything for it. But use hit die. You can roll an extra d6.
Not entirely useless. You play this little ditty, and as you sort of have this arcane with your music, you notice that small palm-sized stone that was sort of resonates with. Way, haven't felt before. It's a Yui boom.
It doesn't.
You can only play rock music.
It doesn't say that you don't sleep. It's if you do sleep, you do 6. Like if you every long rest, you, but it doesn't have a specific number.
It'll be something like the DM's
Yeah,
guide of like
probably.
an adventuring day or something like that. You
Or I
know?
think it might be like.
Either way, we'll go with this for now. I'll double check the rules, but the fact that you exerted yourself, you had
Yeah,
2 big
Yeah,
encounters,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you've been traveling all day. It is definitely exhausting to not sleep. But yes, you are able to use hit dice because you do attempt to rest, or at least
At least
remain
get an hour.
physically.
Because a short rest, you don't even need light as
Yep, looking after yourself.
long as there's an hour.
Okay. So you having a full rest, you're good to go in the morning. You wake up. These two seem to already be awake. Varys is. Did you want to do anything with the extra 4 hours of not sleeping?
Would be like the midday, so everything's open.
Yeah, just I'd like to pull out the tentacle thingy that, and sort of unwrap the top part where it's got the open duckery. Poke it with the dagger and plant, or does it like excrete something? Or...
It's dead. You've cut it off from the host.
Yeah.
So no, it doesn't like react and grab your dagger or anything.
Yeah, cool.
It doesn't seem to secrete.
Yeah, just gonna. Spike that inject venom, or what the point of the rabbit is? Part of a mane, flopping around in the wind. Doesn't seem overly.
Okay. Yeah, make a investigation check. Intelligence.
10. No, that was a 7.
Ooh. I mean, some sort of tentacle. You can't really. Seems superfluous to you.
To open.
You're licking it.
Just not lick it. Just poke it with my finger, and then. Like, do I feel like a burning sensation or anything?
Not of any sort. Like it doesn't secrete anything. It's
Yeah, I'll just wrap it back.
but sure.
Seems edible.
Yep. To you, yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll go outside and look around and see if he.
Okay. You would be aware of its position.
Yeah, once it gets.
Yeah, you don't feel anything. So what? You're going down to the.
Walk around town.
Okay.
At the lane.
So you sort of step out into the 10 o'clock sunshine and yeah, you make your rounds. You sort of head back over towards where you guys went to, your little domicile that you defended.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are fairly studious around here. The court being cleaned up. The damaged rows are being worked on. Looks like someone has sort of annexed this land to theirs. So, yeah, none of the land is wasted. It's just kind of extended to someone else. And yeah, like it's a big place. Like it's a good like 5Ks from side to side, just farm land. Like one side's sort of stockyards and livestock and all that sort of stuff. A bit of open grazing, and then it's like vegetables. Some are grapes and fruits and that sort of stuff. So a little bit of everything. Everyone seems friendly-ish.
Yeah, can I ask around to see what they did with the bodies?
So just asking a random person.
Yeah, just I don't know, anybody that looks like they might be some kind of town official or like a store owner, or somebody like even just a well-weathered, someone that looks like they've been here for.
Yeah. So you come up. You don't come across Aggs wherever he may be. He's doing something. Yeah. He's got his mushrooms all chopped up.
Massive line across the
yeah. He's got a rail on top of his pie. He's ready to go. But yeah, you don't come across Aggs. You find a sun-beaten, like weathered, maybe in his 60s human, sort of. Yeah, they don't waste. No waste. Whatever they've found, they'll find use for it. Probably took it to the baggie if it's usable, or disposed of it. It'll be used. Nothing goes to waste around here. Did you partake?
No. Oh well, in the combat, yes.
Did you get your first? You wet your beak?
Yeah, I did. Different pain.
Shock the first. That's alright. Don't have to help me out for the day. Look like you try sort of spring in your step.
Yeah, I've got a couple of it. Yeah.
You could use it. Got 4 silver for you. But, thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, I lost someone last night. One of my field hands has gone missing. So he sort of like shows you what's his property and just tearing fences, and planting some bits that have been burnt.
Yeah.
Peppered with explosions, just leveling out the ground again. Why do you say it like that?
Roll deception.
No, that's fine. You're helping to repair it. Things happen. You helped us protect the place. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, this is sort of more northeast section, tucked up, sort of in the blade of the axe. So yeah, you help him out for a few hours, 2 hours. Yeah, and Silver to help him out. Make an athletics check to see how well you do.
17. 19.
Nice. You do a pretty good job. Seems pleased. Thank you.
What was your name?
Tang.
Tang?
And yours?
Nice to meet you. Darius.
Paris. Thank you. Rude of me.
I didn't know.
I haven't slept. Been a while. I forget my manners. You live here, you'd understand. It's exhausting. But we push on for the alright, come back if you need any other little
Yeah, things like that.
appreciate your help. Sort of waves
Cover
you
yourself in the next pack.
do. Heads back off. No slugging around like he's moving. Got stuff to do all
Everyone's
the time.
industrious here.
And then he heading back towards
Yeah, I just want to head back to the what we call it, the depot thingy.
Bago.
Yeah, the Bago.
Baggy.
Baggy.
Oh yeah.
Us.
Baggy.
Yeah,
Franco.
there about the bodies or anything like whoever it was, Ang, mentioned something about mum. See if there's a fertilizer.
So one of the guards was sort of like, corpses, they'd be gone. Yeah, no, we don't mess around with them for long. Some humanoids will leave on the forest edge. I mean, it's sort of unspoken. Give them back their dead. Ours, but if they're dead, but yeah, we're always making use of what we find. Everything we can. Time scarcity. But, I mean, you might find the drink will use killed. You got any business in the baggie, or?
Not just yet. Not today, anyway. We might be here. Up first.
Right, about your business. Oh, look up, and there's a cart sort of rumbles up behind you with pulled by 2 horses coming from the Stonebreak direction. Rattles in, and the horses are sort of chafing a bit, hustling. And you hear the driver like, sorry, there's a bit of a mix-up on the highway. Like the get past it. It was a bit.
Don't we move it out of the way?
You attempted to.
We sort of moved it in.
You sort of shifted it so that you could get past.
Yeah.
And you moved it. You moved it successfully, but it wasn't fully off the road. That wasn't your priority. Priority was just moving it. Like, yeah, sorry. So you just sort of catch a snippet, and he's like, all right, give us what you got. And then they go about their business, like exchanging, giving them what they take in and store.
Yeah, I'll just head back. Go.
Right.
Get eggs or
Okay. Yep. Sleepy fella. Bless us. Of the, there's some.
thank you.
Alright, eggs please. 2, maybe. And sort of potters off into the kitchens to get them frying. The rest of you sort of come down and meet up around the same time. Like to do anything?
How'd you sleep last night?
No, I did not.
No?
Right. Got an hour, but
I will, like, as we're heading downstairs, I'm like, I'll eat the rest of my mushroom.
he looks at you. He's like, "Oh yes, I know those back."
I flick him a gold coin. I'm like, this is for the room. Ah, I slept like a baby.
Secret. Seriously, what's your secret?
Look, I think it's just genetics. I can sleep through 2 huge wars and wake up pretty.
Well,
Just got to get some more, can you?
that's not good. Thank you.
Has your owl returned, the sooner that we know whether we can move from town, the happier I will be.
A fair.
For shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll eat the rest.
Okay.
It's like,
Yep.
does
So
that help with the exhaustion, the chalky?
No. It gives you like the mental awareness to like focus on what you're doing, but the exhaustion's still there. It's just sort of like your brain is a bit clearer. Probably when you're tired, you feel tired still.
Yeah, you're better off.
The abstinence fellow.
Good.
I asked Varys for the tentacle. Yeah. Can you cook that one up for us?
So you head up to the room. The first dice tower falls. Okay, so you head up to the room and
Yeah, grab it. It'll just like cut it in half, so grab the bit back up, spear it with the dagger, and take it downstairs.
okay.
Kind of hand it
Offer
to
it to him.
Lasses.
Oh, to Lasses.
Try this for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
She takes it gingerly from your hands. We have a special request, please. Thank you. Put the dagger back with your meal.
No worries.
I'll just ask for an ale and then.
Small. It
Champions.
buys you.
Oh
no.
You know, frying pan just by itself. Right, we need the realm of normal.
Of edible fare, yes, of course. Not bring you
Yes, waste of. Yes.
everybody's time and effort. I don't have time.
And there's frying pan.
Good. Anything?
Edible.
Okay. I will, chef, the usual, please. I'm frying up and go. Sizzle up some stuff. You can smell an acrid sort of not cooking food smell. And they bring it out. Just a plate of like a horn meat ale. You get what looks like a foot, potentially, maybe. Like a
humanoid.
So picture like how some people eat like pig's trotters.
Oh yeah.
So like a foot
Yeah.
of
Like
a
goat
beast.
sort of. Yeah, that's
but
a thing.
not cloven. It's clawed. So potentially part of the
Yeah.
last night.
So like a drum, like a wing, like a chicken wing, but it's got claws. Yeah.
It's potentially displace of beast foot.
Yeah.
But
I've got there.
but it doesn't smell too bad.
Yeah.
It's seasoned nicely, at least. And for you, eggs for you, fairly simple fare. For you, though, they bring out the dagger they've just roasted. Whatever it was in a pan or on a grill with the dagger still through it, and then just picked it back up. They've got like a tea towel sort of thing around it, and that wanted to know how to spice. Tried.
A bit of salt, a bit of pepper.
It's got salt.
There's this thing called paprika. Oh, we have it out east. It's you know what it is? Yeah,
I'm a chef, yes.
Just chuck some of that on there.
Okay. Paprika.
Yeah, look, I don't know how to say it. I just get it.
And so it goes back in and comes back out, sort of got a dusting of orange on it.
Oh, that's some good paprika.
It smells disgusting, but here you are. It's what you asked for. And he hands you the dagger. Like,
I pull out the dagger and I don't know, slice.
and you hand it back. The blade is hot because it's been sitting on a hot pan or grill.
Yeah, I'll use it as my knife for it.
Yep. I mean, it's it's not great, but it's not the worst thing you've
Even
eaten.
if they're eating the fish.
Yeah.
Is it like weird calamari?
That's what I was
Like,
saying.
Kind of rubbery, flavourless,
it's
a
rubbery,
bit gross.
Not exactly fishy, but also not fishy.
Yep. It's a bit strange. Ah,
I know.
yeah,
it's just
not the worst.
most.
Yeah.
Well, that poison is not going to be cooked out.
Luridan turns green. Oh, wait.
Easy being green.
So you finish up your brekkie, and what?
You have to just wait around for the owl. We could head to the thing to see if there's any connection between the sunstone and your little bead.
I'd be interested if we could stop by a market way up as well. There's a market kind of place here, not really.
Not really.
It's more of
This
like
is-
farmers.
Yeah, this is where it goes out from. It doesn't really congregate here.
Yeah, can we maybe
That you've
just
seen.
go to the Songstones? Can we maybe buy the baggie?
As you remember from your experience last night, baggy is off limits for people.
Yeah, that's restricted. But if there's like a guard out the front, like,
There are many guards out
yeah. Good afternoon, sirs.
there.
Happen to have a
Hop out the way. Sorry. One of them sort of takes an incoming cart. One of them pointing off to a farmer. Yep, round that side.
wouldn't happen
They
to
are
have
busy.
a spare shield or anything that's going unused that I could perhaps take with your hands or purchase from.
Go to the tool shop. They might have
Okay.
some.
All right, carry on.
Good.
As you were.
Very few pleasantries. So you just like it's bustling,
Yeah.
getting towards the mid-morning.
I'll.
Yep. And the same fella from the previous night is awake, helping a customer inside. He's got a few well-made shovels and picks, essentially ones that you'd even brought in. I'll be with you soon. Sorry, what do you need?
Just
quickly.
looking if you had a shield, any
Shield?
secondhand, worn out, or anything you're trying to get rid of, or
I'll see what I've got in the back. Give me 2 minutes. Yes, as I was saying, he's sort of helping them find a purchase. These are farm folk. Just place broken, picks broken, after stuff. He comes back out with two sort of older shields, one very battered. This one's kind of mid-range.
how much would those ones set me back?
This one, I'll give you for a silver. This one,
All right, I'll take the gold one.
for a gold. Okay, here you go. Any other implements needed?
No, thank you. That's well, you don't know.
He sort of scrutinizes your face. Instrument. Oh, I meant
Yeah.
farming implements. Did you just come in, or are you staying?
No, we're off to the islands, farmland.
Lovely.
need us to deliver anything up there? Yeah. Hey.
Actually, one didn't come and collect their clothes.
I'll take them.
One of the eastern. Main. I'll pay you.
I'm going that way.
Generous. Thank you.
I'll need my backpack in. Alright, thanks for the shield. Then.
And pleasure. Thank. Singing. All right. Your name?
Ricky.
Ricky. For that. Nods you off. Guys. Timbo.
Like, they keep ledgers of, stock and, equipment.
Hmm?
I don't think it's office work.
Right.
Gloss mat.
Yeah.
Only got the.
Hard stock, okay.
3 gauge or 4 gauge. No. Got some that I use. Tell you some of my own.
Thank you anyway.
There's not really anywhere to for it. Fools, however, make a living.
No, thanks.
And while you're talking to guys, his eyes are bloodshot and he looks tired. That same similar smell, coffee, spicy and zesty, but somewhat arcane in nature, sails you. Well, someone's using it. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The 3 of us in the store.
Yeah, wired. Yes. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you guys are good, we'll add to one of the songs and down Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Right, boats and hose.
Will that just function like a normal?
Yeah, for all intents, it's a normal.
I wasn't expecting.
So many
of those.
Crystals and hose.
Third name?
Just
So you head out, and it is a few. Seems a lot more vibrant while you're walking a beautiful forest. It's a veritable wall of trees. It's 30 feet tall. They're not small trees by any. You can see where the farming land sort of just stops, and any deeper in, it gets dark really quick. And block out all the sun, bleach it all up. But you head towards one of the plots that you went to. You're going to hide or unoccupied?
One that's not. No one will be using it. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably preferable.
Yeah, don't want to accidentally blow.
So you're gonna aim towards one of the ones that you used last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You head in and there is someone working field outside of the one. Can I help?
So we're just making our way through. Don't worry about it.
No, my land. Sorry. Who are you?
Oh, we helped last night to fight against the intruders.
Okay.
And I think we just left something behind in here.
Okay, make a deception check.
Are you the one waiting on the delivery from Timbo?
Oh, no, that'll be next door. What is it? Sort of scorch you. Now, technically my property, so I don't know you. Make it quick, though. I haven't got time to be lollygagging. Comes in, again, sunbeaten, skin, weathered. but wears a hat to sort of keep it off his head. Got long white sort of hair. What did you leave behind?
Oh, just I think I left behind my coin purse.
While they're kind of doing that, they're a little bit near.
Okay, so this is sort of out in the field in front of
Oh,
the
okay.
domicile. So he sort of follows you in, go inside. So you can do that.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do it stealthily?
I like
or...
just walk in, stand. Like just as you're about to do it, just stand there, being like,
Body block.
Yeah, like I'm just tracking him.
Yeah.
The other way from the first.
I'm literally
just standing between us, like this big
Wall of
I'm
barrier.
literally just standing there, like,
Yeah.
moving around on the floor, like.
Yeah, I'll try and keep it. hidden.
Alright, make a stealth roll with it. Roll the other.
Oh,
True. Alright, so one roll.
Roll.
Oh, there's a plus 1. 15. Not bad.
Nice. Right, he doesn't seem to notice you. He's fixated on the big green man. Sort of eyeing you. Where do you think you left it?
Look, we were here, and then we
You're
were
just
there.
pointing away from...
I sort of like. Is he like between me and the?
No, he's sort of like beside you, like looking around the place.
Wait, come with me. I sort of just lead him outside, like looking in like the bushes. And,
Okay.
like, I get embarrassed to come like with just that.
Yep.
Look around outside.
So while you're keeping him sort of busy, he doesn't seem to be like mental. He's not like, well, these people are trying to rob me. He's just like on autopilot almost. He's just get this done so I can get back to work. So you're standing there. You don't necessarily feel it. Feels warm in your touch. The stone that you're holding and structure in the center seem to resonate or
Like, kind of round it, holding it closer, touching the two.
Yep. So as you touch it to it, you feel faint connection. Some sort, hard to put a finger on, but something. There is some form of connection, but it's not like a earth around me. It's just like these things related in some way, or
Right. I think I found it, and just throw you mine. It's,
Oh, what a
Okay.
legend!
nice. All right.
Thank you for your time. We'll deliver these hoes now on our way back.
Right, back to it. Oi, boys, stop slacking! And you can see a couple of like leaning half asleep on their tools and like, back to it.
I just hand him back his coin purse.
On the way back.
Yeah, on the way back, it's like, anything happen in there?
Nothing great. Something there that linked, there's familiarity. Yep, can't pronounce that word. But yeah, nothing I could really quite understand, and nothing super wrong either. The faint kind of dead.
Think something inside the pearl?
No, I mean I would almost just
One solid.
piece of it.
Like, is it the same color?
So it's a beautiful purplish. It's opaque, so you can't see straight through. Longstone is rough. Hard to gauge. I mean, any will have variation. Exactly the same. It's close.
But it's not like it's like matte on the outside.
No.
So it's like sort of semi-translucent.
Yeah. It doesn't appear.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can see.
There'd probably be someone in the and songstone. Light on.
Maybe we can, because they said good old Tawny Goldtwine came from Ashara. Maybe we can track him down and see if he knows anything about it.
Advantage. Running through your veins.
Rated health.
In the clarity of daytime, make a connection. You have heard the name, Tom. Can't put your finger on where, but you've definitely heard it. Know this name.
So it would somewhere. What I know for like. It's the name is just there, but I can't just put my finger on.
Definitely know you've heard the name.
Yeah.
I think at the same time though, I don't know if it is something like some. I know the stuff's quite rare and valuable. It's not something I really want to go show off. Might be something I get her to take a look at. I don't know about it and not rob me, other than some noble horror that
I think body. So I just know the name. I don't know where I've heard it. I don't remember if he's like good or bad or whatever. Just what it rings a bell.
It's one of those. Oh, why do I know that?
Yeah.
While you guys are sort of next farmstead, get a mental connection. Your owl being on its way within 150 ranges, and
Yeah.
feel that connection sort of where
But don't come to me.
flooding through the sky, fly over the treetops, followed path around. Owl alights on your arm. Now I don't
It's got nothing.
I don't remember exactly what you wrote. If you defined
I
it.
think so. It was pretty much, in the essence, it
like,
was
sup, this
we
is
were
like
attacked.
one
We lost the chest from the second cart. We'll continue on to Broadaxe.
You're in.
Do you want us to? Do you want us to come back to Stonebreak? Where do we go from here?
Okay. So as the owl sort of like nuzzles into you, yeah, twists its head around, sort of tucks its head under the wing. Similar to you, it's the nighttime being daylight. It's normal operating time. But scrawled in neat cursive on a small piece of parchment, the message is fairly curt. It says, return to Stonebreak. The chest was what you've delivered. Broadaxe. Go back to go on, so head back.
Luna yet. Won't be happy.
I mean, we can just check in with.
It's been a day.
Day or two.
But I remember when
It's been less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because you only left yesterday.
Yeah. Quite.
Yeah.
when we went to her to ask about the safe, I remember her being like, "Have you sold any things yet? Like, what are you guys doing?" So it's like I don't want to go back.
Yeah, it's true.
Again, and be like,
It was a day.
I mean, how many? So pretty much everyone in Broadaxe armor pumpkin.
From what you've seen walking around the place, it's a fairly simple place. It's not like a tourist spot. It's not like a people congregate here for shopping. It's a fairly industrious place.
A week. A lot of people go through, or
The Drinko is the
just the Drinko?
it's about 6 buildings side by side. That is the street. The rest is baggy.
They said Broadaxe supplies most of it. So it's like gonna be the main.
I mean, we could always
Another day.
You'd have a general idea, but nothing.
Couple days.
Yeah.
We could always go to the baggy and Safeway to store
Bags
it.
are baggy and
Yeah, Timbo's
they're probably
good.
good.
Yeah.
At least they say no.
Yeah.
then we can talk to Broadaxe. There's not much of them.
Aggie and the drink as well, maybe.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can.
Food.
Yeah, maybe we can, because Aggsy's sort of like the big boy around. So I guess we could always
Quite
talk to
literally.
him and tell him, and then see if he'll be willing to like go Timbo or the baggy or
Or at
the
least
Drinko.
Yeah.
If we get him on side, like, it's
Yeah.
definitely more persuasive to have a
100%.
local.
And I think as well too, even if we can go back to Nuna and say, hey, we got one down payment and some further interest once they get theirs and see how cool it is and how much that person gets out of it,
I mean,
there will be a future market.
but even with them, we can sell multiple.
With baggy,
Yeah.
a lot of activity goes on.
Yeah, so I mean, we could like sell it by 10. We can get a discount on like buying in bulk, so, like Costco,
Or
but for
even
canoe and
yeah,
stuff.
we can hang out near the baggy and the few carts that come in, we can go, hey, have you got something valuable that you don't want to lose? Store it here. Like the merchants.
Only
the
problem
delivery
is how many times can we open and close and open and close and show people? It needs to be like a
I'm
little
feeling my camera.
maybe.
Yeah, true. That's
We need to have this little congregation sort of
Yeah.
thing to show it off to as many people as.
Well, as less time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I reckon we'll talk to Ags, then tell him that we have like this thing that could really help out the people of Broadaxe, and then we'll see what he says. Then talk to Timbo and old mates at the baggy, and then we can demonstrate how it works. Yeah, and demonstrate how it works. And, see if we can get some orders from there.
I like it.
Had it turned off?
Yeah, what reason? Or all right. So, what would you like to do?
So we're gonna go find it.
All right. So you get one thing to do because it's 1:30.
Yeah.
You want to go to Axe.
Yeah, because we want to try. We want to tell them about it, and then try to get it like presentations from people who might be of use, and then show them how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So roll an investigation check. I'll give advantage because I'm together.
90.
Nice. So you do manage to track him down. One of your hunkers down, sort of at the baggy. Seems to be sort of central point for in and out business. So he does make the rounds there fairly occasionally. So you do run into him. Are you still here, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're about to head off back to, Stonebreak, but we have this invention that I feel people in Broadaxe can really benefit from. Now,
What
it's a pocket storage rift that you can, store things in with just a swipe of your hand.
Okay.
And I feel like, because you have so much volume of grain and supplies coming through here and stores.
He sort of cuts you off. I'm gonna stop you right there. He reaches into the pouch at his side, pulls out like a long sword, puts it on the ground, and pulls out some pies. He's like, already got that.
You can store.
I've got so many pies in
You
here.
can store so many more pies than that.
Oh, this
it will make that look like a little ant's ball.
And so he goes to put the pies back and then munches one down.
100 times that. At
Well-
the swipe of your fingers.
The baggie is kind of, still, this is how we operate. It's how we keep things fresh and that. All right, so demonstrate it to me. How is it better than this bag?
Because you don't have to carry anything weighty on you.
This bag weighs like 2 kilos.
Let's just say
Okay.
a pie.
I like 50 kilos of pie.
50 kilos of pie. You can just
Yeah.
zip it open
Okay.
and grab 10 kilos out and eat that right there. Close it back up.
All right.
And
Swap.
the bag runs the risk of getting pierced or punctured or slashed in a fight or coming loose and someone could
It's raining
steal
and
it.
your bag gets wet and then
Imagine you have to run to the domicile and your pie bag drops.
Mate,
You can't find it. You've lost
Pie
all this
bag.
pie.
I'm not.
But it can happen.
No, you put that food away.
Put those things on me.
It can happen.
So, make a persuasion check, but you will be at disadvantage.
That's
Look, what we've got works. I mean, the rain doesn't affect it. Got it strapped to me belt. I appreciate what you're trying to, that's fine. But nah, pass. Thank you.
Look, if you just come with us to the baggie and we can show all you guys how it works, they might appreciate it.
I mean, you can try, but they're working hard. Yeah, we've already got something like this, and he keeps pulling things out of this bag. It is some form of bag of holding.
Pie bag holder.
A bag of pie.
Bag of pie.
Pie bag holder. This pie can fit so many bags. Flat. Pie. Top of pie. Crust.
Invention idea of the century: a pie of bag holding. But yes, he's able to store a lot in this little bag. We've already got it. You haven't even shown me it yet.
Look, that's why I wanted to get all you guys together and just show you. Yeah.
Alright, well, they're working. They're all working. You can't, gather them. I won't allow it. They've got so much to do.
Alright.
We're expecting a lot in today. Dude. Yeah, there isn't a knockoff.
Right.
Just
Just
quietly.
constant.
There's a bit of a changeover.
Wind's ch-
We do an 8-hour rotation, so
We can always, we could always just show Ags and then he can
yeah.
Otherwise,
I'd rather you waste my time than a lot of theirs. Just go for it. All right, so roll a Arcana check.
Otherwise, I just thought.
All right. So you flick your fingers and tear this little hole into space open. Sparks this arcane energy through your thumb and forefinger that's tattooed and swirly. Tears this sort of into space. Now you can see the damp sort of interior stone and small bloodstone that you stored in there.
reach in, go to him, and then toss it back in. Back up.
Okay, you zip it.
Stopping before.
Oh, yeah. He goes to close.
Now imagine how many pies you can get in there.
He sort of leans down to Varus's height and has a look from his angle. He can't see anything, like he's standing facing you.
Okay.
He can't see anything from the other side of his eye. What do you... and you sort of gesture him around. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, he leans on his big scythe and cranes down to look.
I just start walking around grabbing things and putting it in the rim to show him.
Okay.
That's at 7 pies right now.
Yeah, I think I could store more than that. That's like a meter. That's not that big. Square meter of pies. I could fit much more than that.
pies, 1 cubic meter of pies. What an insult.
Poultry, I'd get through that before lunch. I mean, cool, but
So is one big opening and don't have to just pull things out one at a time if you want to just grab.
could put could be really see it working for us. Like the bag is very portable.
Look how portable this is, it's right in his hand.
Well, yeah. I'll zip it up and just say, Aggie, if you don't have to personally be in, but we'd really appreciate it if you just spread word around town that there are some entrepreneurial inventors that, and you've seen that their goods do work. That's all.
Yep, I'll put it in the old slow cooker. And yeah, what's all? I'll eat them all, mate. Just so long as it's pastry, bakey and delicious.
There's a fella in Stonebreak who goes around selling the best pie.
Bit of peepo.
Oh yeah,
Like Peepo's pies?
mate, I love Peepo's pies.
Yeah, just some Peepo's pies when we come through now.
Next time you're coming through, bring me a Peepo. Bring us a batch of them. We'll love them. I don't know what that little man does to them, but bloody hell, they're good. And yeah, times. But
You know, Peepo uses it.
perception check. It's just so off the cuff, and he's like, okay,
We've changed subject.
okay, all right. I mean, I appreciate the pitch, but yep. Yes, it is in there. I'll think it over, see if I can think of a way to use them. I do appreciate you boys helping out, and it's nice to get to know some folks travelling through. Any things you're doing in Broadaxe, or you just things?
Yeah,
Probably will be back soon enough.
Get back on our horse and
Yeah.
cart and just
Take the cart back.
Get Gil and
Yeah. Glenn and
Gil and Alf
and Bark.
Yep.
He sort of absent-mindedly is polishing. There's a small gem inset in the head of his scythe. A nice orange gem. Catches the sunlight nicely, and he's all right. Thank you. So you're free. One is, and he pulls out another small mushroom and munches it down. He's all right. yeah. It's a good one. It's passed down. Whoever's in charge of Broadaxe, it's our sign that we're in charge. Yeah, you would, but the scythe is more of a harvest tool. Yeah, kind of fell through that way, but it's good. It's good. I think people like it. It's pretty big. Yep. Oh yeah, did you sleep last night, or did you know? Ooh.
Had a wee drink, and then after killing some of those bastards that were attacking Broady, I just slept like a baby.
Killed the mofos, did you? Okay. Yeah, the mothers of forests, they're different, but I mean they're important. They keep the ecosystem alive in there. They do their thing, but
And the tentacles are very tasty. I'd have a pie with one of those. What are they called? The displacer beasts. They're tentacles.
oh yeah.
Well, I had one for breakfast this morning.
Wait, did you kill some?
Yeah.
They're pretty hard to hit
Like,
in things.
just pulverise it.
Boom, boom, boom.
This one here, counted for 10.
Wait, I'd eat it.
Yeah, they attack real often. Yeah, I'll just pull it out and go, yeah, here you go, raw.
Oh, it doesn't matter to me, mate.
Like a day old.
You can see saliva begin to drool down his multiple chins. He's just like, oh yeah. Oh, it smells hay, doesn't it? It smells bloody amazing.
Just get him to turn it into pie. And when I come back, I want to hear how good. You was grouse at breakfast. I just want to, I want to know how it is in the pie.
He's like halfway through biting it off. He's like, save some for a pie.
Save some
Not
for
a
pie.
bad idea. All right, I'll save half for later.
Yeah.
Let you know how it goes when you bring me some peepos. Good. All right, I got rounds to do, boys. Enough chit chat. Off we go.
Alright, see you later.
Safe travels. And remember, if you do get raided again, or encounter any of the shaded folk, the mofos have clans. Try and figure out who's attacking. It's important info. But man, guys, it's been a pleasure.
They have markings that they not be claims.
Yeah, some of them they got tapped.
Because I copied the stuff off of Miles' back, like he had like the script and stuff. One of the ones that attacked us. I don't know about the ones we fought last night, but this I like opened my backpack and thumbed through like get a bit of parchment. Made the copy of.
Yep.
This was on his back. I don't know what it says or what it means, but made a copy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I recognise that one. I know that. That's a fairly common one. That's the Koya pack. They yes. Yeah, I don't know. Koya. It means needle, but it's good to know. All right, so it was the Koyas that what? This is from them that raided you. What? Yeah.
4 or 5 wolves, bunch of wolves, good lady, shape.
A drill.
Yeah, they attacked, couple of them, smashed into the back wagon,
Not,
stuff, ran off.
not uncommon. They're they're known as the oracles of the fairly super. So not uncommon, but not that common. Yeah. Cool. There's lots of them roaming around in the deep. Sometimes in the shallows. Yeah, if you ever get to Skyfall, no. Make a...
That's what I was thinking.
That's a negative.
Didn't
Sorry, not Skyfall. Falling Sky.
didn't old mate Austrans he came back with some Oracle and Delta?
Yeah.
He did have fairly vague.
But it was I think I remember the word.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was for your.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That was your payment was the
Yeah.
question.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're powerful.
Yep.
No messing around with that lot.
Actually, so, yeah.
Also, something I did.
Is this to me? Can I gotta give
Oh
up.
yeah, Axe, you're good to go. Thanks.
Righto, boys. Yeah, don't cause trouble. But do. If you need to.
We get back in Stonebreak too, because of all the we're trying to stop. Right? Could rook it as like an anti-pickpocket device.
Yeah.
Like someone can't pickpocket something that's intentional theft, right?
Has this ever happened to you?
Yeah, right. Like that's I feel like that could be a pretty big selling angle.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, yeah,
Let
they're selling
everybody
areas.
Yeah. Take back control of your own property.
Well, hell, if we just get like a
sounds
consistent,
like a revolution.
if we get a consistent supply of them, on the and all sorts of trade and that sort of
True.
stuff, and it's likely too expensive.
We can pull a Shark Tank, match Canuna with Austrian, and we'll just get a royalty on the top.
Take a commission.
Exactly.
But also someone like Austrian probably doesn't
On
want
a
to
prototype that's
or want too many people item like that, because all of a sudden all his expensive wares that he's trying to smuggle, all it takes is one person to bribes to not open the portal back up, and what's he going to do? He's lost.
I imagine that.
Oh no,
Let
but
them all happen. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, say he's paying someone to smuggle an artifact. They throw it in and then go, what artifact? I don't know what you're like. I'm not going to open it back up, but like what?
I figure Ostrom might just cut off every other part of their body one piece at a time until they opened it. And if he didn't know.
I mean, also, that's an Austrian problem.
Selling
Not
our
us.
thing.
How he uses the things that we sell him is entirely his business.
We just sell it to him at wholesale price. He can retail it at whatever.
Yeah, but once exclusive.
Anyway, I thought the
Yeah, we're just the marketing department. You know,
we're not
we're not tech support. Like, if you have a pet pack issue with your, carry-all, then
On you.
Yeah.
All right. So to wrap it up, heading back to the Drinko.
Yeah.
Meet up
Grab
with
others.
your drivers. Meet up with Gil and Alf.
grab the cart and the horses and
On our marriage.
I imagine.
did they need us to take anything? That wasn't.
No.
Oh, can we retcon that we would?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. Just
Like,
assume.
we're
Just
stop.
stop.
Just stop.
We're like packing up. I'm like, why do I have 5 potions?
Oh, no! You're a thief now. Yes, uneventful. Like they're very thankful, but so you sort of meet up with them. Off's got his cap back on and he's ready to travel. They look, as rested as you lot feel. And yeah, Glyn is kind of antsy to keep going. Get out of this place. Sleep, I didn't sleep.
Well enough.
Shocking. Why would just get me up? Let's leave. Alright, back to Austria and get the money.
Oh, yes.
Have a good sleep. Alright. I mean, how are we going to do this? Don't have an. I guess you could ride inside the car, some of you.
One or two can. Well, if you guys are exhausted, want to ride inside and try and get some shut-eye light
And
while
also
we...
because we probably
Can't walk
literally
around.
cannot keep.
Yeah.
We can always have the small people on the horses.
Or you can ride.
Well, whatever.
A
But
little
yeah, like,
rotation.
if you want to take first shift inside, sleeping, we'll
Yep.
be on the
That would be
cart with
appreciated.
Alf and all that.
Yep, so a little bit cramped with that many of you for the one cart, but make it work. On the inside with like 4 other people, but do a little bit more
Because we
room.
don't have all the tools
Yeah.
and stacks of grain and stuff.
Yep. So yeah, a bit more space to work with. And you set out in the noonday sun, heading back up toward Stonebreak. Beautiful trees, country. And we'll wrap it up there for the night. And hopefully have the sound perfect next time. Not use this computer because it's a piece of crap. But session, boys. And we're working on the clips, working on the shorts. Hopefully we'll get some of them done soon. And as always, I appreciate you all watching. Thank you for being here. As always, look after yourselves, look after each other. But most importantly, spread happiness. Not herpes. And herpes. You can,
I mean, you can spread herpes through happiness.
And more.
And slash.
thank you for the resubs.